What is up, everybody? Hope you're getting a ReactJS clone, Disney Plus clone, my bad, with Disney Plus clone with ReactJS. That's what we're doing today. Look at this Disney Plus that we have right now. As you can see, look at this. Let me put this, make it this full screen. This is a beautiful app that we're going to build. We're going to use Firebase. We're going to use Redux. We're going to use React DOM. We're going to use, let me see, what else are we going to use? We're going to use things like, you know, a React Slick to be able to create this slick animation right here, right? So many different things. We're going to use style components. All this is going to be used here, okay? And of course, we're going to be using VS Code to be able to build this. Look at all these animations. If I go ahead and click on this, I can sign out. Beautiful. And then I can click login to log in again with this is, by the way, using Firebase authentication. So I can log in like this. Boom. Oh, we're set. We're set. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing great. All right, so let's go actually get this party started. Let's get straight into it. So a few things we need to do to go ahead and get this started. Like I said, this is going to be a very detailed build. We might split this up into two parts, but this is how we're going to do it. All right, beautiful. All right. Okay, so now at this point, what we need to do is, the first things first is let's go ahead and build out our actual project by starting up a project using React. So what you need to do, of course, for this, you need a Node.js. So the first thing you need to do is you need to install Node.js. Hopefully you have that by now. So Node.js right here. Very, very important, right? So that's going to be what you need. That's Node.js, all right? So make sure you install the recommended version, okay? Once you've got that, of course, you need to install pretty much just VS Code. And once you're done with that, you're pretty much all set, okay? All right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So let's go ahead and open up our Finder or something where we go ahead and actually open up a folder. I'm going to go ahead, new Finder here, new Finder, new Finder window. Hopefully I can find it here. Where's my new Finder window? Right there. All right. And then we'll go, I have a GitHub folder here, right here. And this is called NAS, and I'm going to do new services, new terminal at folder. So I'm going to open up a new terminal at folder. If you're on Windows, you might have to do it differently. You might have to use your terminal kind of like on Windows. So what I will do at this point is I will say type in npx create. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you can all see it. npx create dash react dash app dash template Redux, right? So we're going to use Redux for this specific application. So npx create react app dash template Redux is what you need to do. So click enter on this one, and there is a way with run to see all options. Please specify the project. I need to, okay. So the issue is I need to specify the project name here. So npx create react app, and we're going to call it Disney Plus dash clone right here. So npx create react app Disney Plus clone dash template Redux, hit enter. All right, that's all doing. So what's happening here is very simple, guys. Okay, what's going on is basically it's building all the scripts. It's initializing the first project for us in order to be able to do something like this. And of course, hello YouTube, hello everybody. I see all of you guys. Whoa, we have a $20 donation from Ang. Let's go. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ang. That is amazing. Let me go ahead and highlight you on here. Where are you? Oh, whoa, let's go. Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate it. Because of Clever Programmer, I made over 100K a year. Thank you, An. Appreciate it. Yeah, he joined us actually. He joined Clever Programmer a while ago and actually joined our boot camp. And he was able to make basically a 70K job and then make more money from other jobs as well. So pretty insane. All right, now at this point, that's it. So what we've done here is we've created our project. It says Happy Hacking. Once it says Happy Hacking, you're pretty much done. Okay. I'm going to put us some music here so we can all be listening to a little bit of music while we're coding. All right. So Happy Hacking. Beautiful. All right. At this point, what we need to do is you see how it created this folder called Disney Plus clone right here. And all we need to do is very simple. We need to go ahead and open this up in VS Code. All right. So let me put this VS Code on here on the right hand side. And of course, hopefully you can do this by yourself as well. All right. I'm gonna open up a new window with VS Code. There we go. Beautiful. That's the new window I just opened up. I will do file, open, and then go to my GitHub, go to Nas here. And then the one that we just did is what? The Disney Plus clone. That's the one that we just opened up. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Beautiful. All right, sweet. All right, and here's what we got now. So, right, this is the project that we start out with basically React.js. You can see we have source, and there's a few files that you need to pay attention to. The one file that you need to really pay attention to is kind of like, well, this one right here is, we have app.js. That's kind of like your main file right here. And what we can do is if we do go ahead and do, let's do right click on the yarn.log and then say open inside integrate terminal right here. And then do npm start. Boom. npm start. So click npm start. Beautiful. That will start up your project, guys. Okay. That will start up your project. And then at this point, you should see it right here. Oh, let's go. This is our first React.js project. React.js project. Okay. Of course, you can hit plus right here to add it. You can hit minus, and the way it's working with Redux is because we're able to, for example, click plus and minus with Redux, right? And Redux is a way for us to save state, and we'll talk about how that's done later on in a little bit, okay? So subtract number 3, 2, 1, 0, and so forth. That's pretty awesome. All right, so this is our first project right here, and what we need to do is very simple at this point is let's do some cleanup, okay? That's part one. All right, in terms of cleanup, let me go ahead and make this right here. App.js, don't really need anything here now. Just remove that. Sayonara, baby. Let's go. That's done. All right, save that. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So we don't need that. All right, so now it's clean, right? And I can type whatever I want in here. So I'll say hello. Boom. Right? If I say hello, okay? So really just anything I kind of want. All right. If I, for example, look at these other things, we have 300 views, 300 people on YouTube. Hold up. What's up? What's up? What's up? Amazing to have all of you guys here. As always. As always. Okay, beautiful. Hello, hello, hello. Great channel always helps me, somebody said. All right, so that's, if I say hello here, you can see we have hello on here. Next up, let's go ahead and clean up some CSS here. Add that CSS. Just Command A, don't need none of this. All right, save it. Don't need none of this. It's all, I'm not going to say useless, but it's unnecessary for us, okay? So that's done. Test.js, don't need any of this. Do remove, delete this one right here too. Move to trash, okay? Do not need that, okay? Next thing, logo. You see this logo? Import logo from logo SVG. Don't need this either. Boom, right here, okay? Do not need that, okay? And that's pretty much it. Next up, let me see. I will go ahead and do the following is, let me go ahead and do this. So we have that. Next up, let's go. You see how we have this counter? We don't need this counter as well, so that's not too more important. Logo SVG, remove this one. Unnecessary. All right. And now we have a pretty clean app. Now what I want to do is let's go ahead and create components, all right? I'm going to create a new folder here. I'm going to create a components folder, right? So the reason why we like to do that is because just it makes things so much simpler, right? So it just creates a components folder, and that's where all of your components will live. Now, let's really think about how are we going to build this application, right? This application contains a lot of different aspects, all right? Let's think about what it needs for us to actually build this. A few things. As you can see here, that part one is we kind of have the header right here. That's part one. And I always like to think about the structure of, anything that I'm building. So for example, if I do this, so this right here is my header, okay? So I know that I need to build a header. That's part one. Part two, I need to go ahead and build a slider. That's going to be another component that I need to go ahead and create, okay? That's part two. Part three is I'm going to basically then build up this right here, this viewer. It's called a viewer, right? That's going to be what we will do with that. So that's another component. After that, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll build this movies list. That's going to be a third component. And so what now has happened is we've just divided our application into multiple components, right? And this is how every single app works, or basically on, this is how every single app kind of works, when we're going to build it in React.js. Honestly, any app that you're going to build online. So let's see it. So these are the components we want to build. Let's actually go ahead and build them right here. Now, we know there's multiple pages for here. Inside the app.js, we'll create a component called header right here. Boom, 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 boom. And this looks like a div, but really it's kind of like it's a component. Pretty much it is a div, but it's a div that contains another component. And what I will do is I will create a file inside the components folder, and I will say header.js. Boom, right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ES7 code snippets, which hopefully you have when you install extensions, which is this one right here. You see ES7 React code snippets right there, right? See ES7 React code snippets right here. Hopefully you installed that at this point. And once you've done that, if I click on header.js, which is the file I created, I will do rfce. Boom, done. Donezo. Right? And you can see this is our app.js. So we have the header component inside here. Now that we've done that, let's type in header in here. So save that, go to app.js, and what's going to happen now at this point is, well, we need to import the header. So I'm going to say import header from what? Well, from components folder. From the components folder. So I will do like this. Components dash header. Done. Components dash header. Okay. I will go ahead and save this now at this point. All right. And once I've done that, if I look at my app, look at that. It says header right there. Header, right? That is the header. Right. So we've just created the header component using this. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Now let's go to header.js. And inside here, we're going to use style components. Now, what style components are basically CSS within JavaScript. All right, let's try this out. To use style components, what I'm going to do is actually install them first. So let's go ahead and do plus on our integrated terminal right here. Now we'll do the following: npm install styled dash components. Style dash componentos. Done. Beautiful. Awesome. Style dash components. Okay, so this installed the components. Okay, that's awesome. There we go. Beautiful. That's amazing. And then what are we going to do now at this point is we need to import it now, right? So I'm going to import styled from styled dash dash components. Beautiful. Awesome. Import style from style dash components. Save that. And look, here's what we can do now. Check this out. Remember how we had this div, right? Remember this div? Well, I can replace this div with actually basically like a style component. So check this out. Container. I'll rename this to container. Like so, right? To literally container right here. Right? And you see it says container is not defined. No problem whatsoever. We'll fix this in a second here. So I'm going to say now at this point the following: const container is equal to styled.div. So really we're creating a div with JavaScript. You see, instead of saying div here, we're saying container. So we name it whatever we want, but then we create a style.div. Now check this out. Well, what can we do with that? Well, a few things. We can give it a height. So let's give it a height. For example, let's give it a height of, let's say, for example, 70 pixels. 70 pixels. Okay. Save that. All right. And then let's give it a background color. So I'm going to say background color. And I'm going to give it this color right here. And I want you guys to copy this as well by yourself. Okay. So this is 090B13. That's hashtag right there. All right, save that. Beautiful. And so forth. And look at this right here. Boom. Look, the header is pretty much created. You see? The header is now created right here, which directly maps to just this container. That's all we literally had to do. That's all we had to do, right? That's all we had to do. Okay, beautiful. All right, next up, once we've done that, so that's in the background color, right? All right, so let's go ahead and save this background color. So that's in the header, okay? Beautiful. Next up is the following. Let's go ahead and now create another component called home. Now, what is the home? Well, the home will be this portion, which is this whole thing, right? We'll call it home component, right? Why are we going to call it home component? What do you think why do you think we're going to call it home component? Like, let me know in the comments below, right? It's because we have multiple pages. We have a home page, we have a login page, and we have a detail page. So when I click on a detail, we have a detail page as well. And so that's what we're going to call home. Inside components, new file. Let's create home.js. Boom, right there. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So that's our home.js. Let's do RFCE again. And again, if you don't have RFCE, just go ahead and copy this portion right here to your terminal, into your VS Code, okay? And let's go ahead and call this home. Boom, right there. Awesome. Okay, app.js. Let's import home, of course. We need to import it. The cool thing about ReactJS is you can import and export things, right? Just kind of how you import and export with with trucks, and in real life, it's the same thing. We can export, just how you see if you go to home.js. You see you export a function or a component, right? You export it right here, and then inside app.js we import it. So I'm gonna say here home from boom boom components. Boom, boom, dash what? Which one do you think we'll do? Home, right? That's the one we're going to create. Beautiful. All right. Next thing we're going to do is put the home inside here. Boom, right there. All right. All right, beautiful. So let's go ahead and save this one. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. And if we go to home.js, we'll call it home. So really, if we go to our React app, boom, we have home right here, right? Nav bar is here. Home is here. Awesome. All right, so part one, let's focus on just the header for now, right? Our goal is to be able to get to a header that looks pretty much just kind of like this. Pretty much just kind of like this right here, okay? It's pretty much just kind of like this. All right, so what are we going to do inside here? Well, a few things, right? Let's go and divide this up into a few different things. Well, we have here, this is if you think about this, the divs is we have this is a div, this is an image, and then we have like a nav menu portion right here, right? And we call this a nav menu. And then this is going to be like a profile image right here. So pretty much we're thinking about 3 divs that we need to go ahead and create. Beautiful. All right, 3 divs. Let's think about this now. Inside here, in terms of container, I'm actually going to change this name to not be container, but I'm going to change this to be nav. So nav. And by the way, to actually make it happen, check this out. You see how I just added it at the same time? Here's a cool trick. Click Command D in VS Code or Control D. Boom, boom, boom. And it will select all these things automatically for you, and you just change it on the fly. See, for example, let me see. See, it changes everything on the fly. How cool is that, huh? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's cool. Give me a thumbs up if you think that's awesome. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, sweet. All right, so now instead of doing style.div, I'm gonna actually do style.nav. So it's going to be navigation bar, and that's just a little bit more user friendly with HTML5. That's pretty much the reason why. Once we've done that, let's go ahead and do the following. Well, let's go ahead and create our actual logo. So I'm going to create a logo here. Logo. Again, it's also going to be a style component, source, with a certain image. No image just yet, okay? Okay, logo. Let's go ahead and do this. Const logo, right? Const logo, style the image. Logo right there equals styled dot image right there. That's an image, right? Again, and again, these quotes right here, these quotes are called template literals, pretty much, right? Called backticks, and this is where we put our CSS inside here. All right, beautiful. And then inside here, we're going to give it a width of 80 pixels. So width 80 pixels. All right, now width, guys. Okay, width. I'm not the best, I'm not the best typer. I will say that. Width 80 pixels. Okay. All right, so we have the logo. I can see there's nothing, again, does not show up on here, but here's what we can do. All right, now let's go ahead and focus on the nav menu. All right, so we have the nav menu here. Nav menu. Let's create this other component, nav menu. nav menu, and we're going to create it into a div. So it's the same thing here. You see, the cool thing about style components is that I'm creating CSS within the actual JavaScript file. I don't have to go back and forth between two files. Nav menu equals styled.div. Done. Donezo. Done. All right, that's awesome. Okay, no error so far. Now, how do we go ahead and get this image logo? Okay, now David or Manath, hopefully we have a link down in the description, basically towards a folder that has an images folder, and you should be able to download that folder. And maybe a Manath or David, you can go ahead and send it to me. Can you send it to me on Slack or something like that? Maybe David, you can send it to me on Slack. The actual yeah,
Naz, and also I've dropped it in the Zoom chats.
Thank you. So I'm gonna drop it in the Zoom chat for those of you guys who are on YouTube. It'll be down in the description below. Okay, and of course, for those of you who cannot keep up right now, don't worry. You'll be able to watch this back for sure. Right, this is a recorded coaching call, kind of. Right, we'll be able to rewatch this, no problem. So if you cannot keep up with this, no problem whatsoever. If you can, all the best to you. Right, that's thumbs up. But if you cannot, don't worry. Right, just watch. It's about kind of understanding. Right, there's a lot that you will actually learn here just by watching. And then once you watch, just basically rewatch it a few times later on, and then and then do it by yourself, kind of maybe after we finish this coaching call, okay, or we finish this live. Right. So there's a folder right here. I'm going to open this one up for you guys. All right. This should be down in the description. Go ahead and do this. All right. This is the folder down the description or down in the Zoom chat. Just hit on that one, okay? There we go. And this has all the images and all the videos, and there's also like a JavaScript file as well. We will be using that tomorrow, actually, not so much today. What I want you guys to do is download this one. So download this one. So see, it's zipping up right now. Good. And like I said, if you cannot keep up, just rewatch this video and, just do your best. That's it. It's about having fun and enjoying the build with us, okay? All right. All right, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. So go ahead and with downloaded. That's exactly what I want. All right, I'm going to open this up in my Finder window. Let me find it. Downloads. Let me see. Downloads. Okay. I'm going to unzip it. So this is the one that's downloaded. I'm going to unzip it. And this is what I have. You see these images right here? And so what I want you to do is simply, you know where to put it? Here's where I want you to put it. So take out these images. You see this images folder? You need to put it inside the public folder right here. Inside the public folder, right? That's where you need to put that, okay? Let me go ahead and try that. But not just images. Let me see. No, we don't need just images. I actually need everything. Hold on, because I did not download everything. Let me see. Let me make sure I download everything. Drive. I only download the images. I should download the whole thing. To download the whole thing. That's what I should have done. Right there. See, I only select the images, but that's okay. Download the whole thing here. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Awesome. Sweet. And I'll bring this up again in Finder. All right. Downloads. Where is it? Downloads right here. Okay, this is the one we want. Extract it. I'm going to double click it here on Mac. If you're on Windows, just go ahead and click on it as well. Just extract it. Okay, beautiful. All right. So all these things, I want you to select these things right here and just basically just move them into the public folder. So these videos and images, these ones, all right, into the public folder. Done. Okay. Now we have images inside here and the videos inside here. All right. That's it. That is it that you need to do. All right, beautiful. Because all these images that we're going to use they're all pretty much just here, okay? They should be inside the public folder right here, as you can see. Public, then images, then videos, right there. All right, hopefully you guys got that. Thumbs up if you guys got that. Yes? Yes. Again, the folder is in the description below, okay? Description below. All right, let's go ahead and create the image, all right? So what I need to do is this for the source, it will actually be -images -logo logo.svg. Now, where's that coming from? You see images right here, logo.svg, directly from here. From here, right here. Okay, that's where it's coming from, all right? All right, let's go ahead and save this one. Refresh. Boom, right there. We got the Disney Plus logo just like that. How cool is that, right? All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead and maybe add some padding to this. You see how it's all the way on the top? I don't like that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it. So to center it, I'm actually going to focus on the main nav. The nav is this whole div right here, okay? That's the whole nav. And I'm going to tell it display flex, right? So display flex is going to allow us to very easily structure our code or structure our front end. Display flex, and so save that. See, that puts it right there. And I'm going to say align item center to center it vertically. Boom. See, now it's centered vertically right here. I'm going to give it some padding. I'm going to say padding 0.36 pixels. Right, padding is 0.36. Now, what is all this? 0 means top and bottom. This means 0 pixels for top and bottom. 36 pixels, this means left and right padding, okay? That means left and right padding, okay? That's what that means. All right, let's go ahead and save that. All right, beautiful. That looks so much better now, guys. Check this out. That looks so good. All right, I love that. So logo is there. Let's now focus on the nav menu. That one is a little bit going to be trickier, okay? The nav menu will have a few things, okay? The first thing will be is every single icon here that you see, right? Every single icon. What it is basically this right here is an A tag. This is an A tag. And inside here we have a logo and a span tag. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So if I say here, for example, if I say, oops, let's go and remove this for a second here. Boom. I'm going to say A. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Right? I'm going to give it that logo, you see, which is this image right here, right? This image right here. I'm going to say here, image source is equal to, beautiful. And let's do it. Go to images dash home icon, home dash icon dot svg. Done. Okay. All right. And then let's go ahead and do a span here. All right. And we'll give it home. Done. So A tag home. So if I say this, let's see what this turns out to. Oh, it looks so horrible. That's okay. No problem whatsoever, okay? So you can see the icon is there, which is great. But of course, you know, the fact that homepage is here, the homepage we don't really see. That's mainly because of the color, right? We need to give it a color that's pretty much white, all right? So a few things that I want you guys to think about is the following. Let's go ahead and focus on this home icon. Partially, the span needs to be color white. So to make it color white, we need to go to the following. Let's make the whole thing color white. What I mean by that is, let's go to index.css, all right? And this body, let's give the full color to be white. See this one? White, right? It makes this home page now white. See right there, it just showed up, just like that. Just like that. Beautiful, all right? Now, let's make this icon be the left side of this home icon, right? How do we structure from being like this to being like this, right? That's the question. Well, it's very simple. It's all using display flex. So I'm going to go back to my header. I'm going to back to my header.js. Okay. Header.js. And I will say the following. Where am I? There am I. Okay. Yes, nav menu. So here, what I'm going to do. Display flex. Part 1, display flex on this, right? Now, that's not really change anything here, right? It's still home is like this. Instead, what I will do is the following. I will say A here, you see? And then here, I will say display flex. Again, the A, we're targeting this A tag. That's the link tag, right? So A will say display flex. Display flex. Awesome. Save that. Boom. You see? Now, this icon, all of a sudden now, it's very different. It's left to right instead of top to bottom. Just simple as that. All right, so that's good. Let me go ahead and make this. All right, beautiful, right there. Okay, that's display flex. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to align this center. So I'm gonna say align items, center. Save it. Done. You see now this home icon is centered right here together with the icon itself. Okay. Next up, let's go and add some padding to it. So I'm gonna say padding 0, 12 pixels. And what this does is this is going to add padding on the left and the right hand side. Okay. Beautiful. Next up, let's do the image. Let's go ahead and change this image because it's way too large. Right. This is this image logo. So inside style components, I'm gonna say image. Now you may be wondering now, how the heck is are we able to target all these CSS like this? Well, that's the power of style components. What we can do is we can target it basically our elements like a tree. For example, here we're targeting the A tag within the nav menu div. Here we're targeting the image tag within the A tag. You see? So we can do that in style components. All right, for images, let's make the image here height of 20 pixels. And whenever we give a height, the width changes automatically. Beautiful. Oh, so much better. So much better. So much better. All right, so much better. I like it so much more. Beautiful. We got that portion. Let's now go to the span tag. Okay, so span. Okay, and then here, pretty much again, nothing much. Let's change the font size here. So we'll say font size, not don't size. Font size. Font size. Okay, font size 13 pixels. You guys all good still on Zoom? Yes, you guys are still great. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful. Yes, give me hands up, hands up. Hey, let's go. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Font size 13 pixels. Let's give it some letter spacing. Letter spacing. And I'm on for David. If you have any issues, just speak out loud and I'll be able to resolve anything. Okay. 1.42 pixels. All right, and so forth. Let me see. So now you see it changes a little bit. There's a little bit of a difference now in terms of how it looks like, which is pretty great. All right, now let's go ahead. All we need to do now at this point is very simple. Well, I pretty much just need to copy this stuff. So let's go to here. Let's remove this. Let's put this all the way at the bottom. We don't need this at all. Actually, we don't even need this portion too either, honestly. So A tag, Command C, and I'm going to duplicate this, Command V, right? And instead of now do this, for example, this will be search, right? And this will be instead of home icon, this will be search icon. All right, save that. Next up, look at that. You see how it's creating the search icon on the right hand side just as we speak right here. Look at that. Done. Beautiful. All right, next one. All right, so, I'll just duplicate it here. Boom. Next one is gonna be not the home icon, but it's gonna be the watch list icon. Watch list. Dunzo. All right, so we'll say watch list icon in here. Watch list icon. All right. Same thing going to be for this, the third one or the fourth one. My bad. There we go. Ooh, another one. Look at that. Look at that, mighty. Look at that, crikey. Oh no, that's from a movie. All right, this is gonna be the original one this time. Original icon we're going to use, and we're going to say originals here. Originals. All right. Okay. Okay. Same thing again. Instead of doing this, now we're going to do movies here. Movies. Movies. Then we go to movie icon. Let's go. Movie icon. Beautiful. All right. Same thing. You see now we have movies on the right hand side. If I scroll down to the right hand side, it's okay. Don't worry about that just yet. You see? Beautiful. Look at that. Ooh. Oh. So good. So good. All right. And then the last one is going to be which one? It's going to be series. Last one's going to be series right here. So we'll say here, we'll say series. Series. And then we'll say series dash icon. Series dash icon. Let's go ahead and save that. Oh. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. Woo. Let's go. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. That's so good. There we go. Look at that. So that's going to be our navigation menu now at this point. Now, we're not done yet. You gotta have some fun sometimes, okay? All right, next up is going to be the user image profile. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. All right, the next one is going to be this one right here, which is this literally this little small icon right here. That's all we are going to do. Let me do this here, and this is going to be called the user image. So here we'll say user image, right, and so forth. Now with this image, let's go ahead and go down here, and we'll say const user image is equal to styled.div. Oh no, not .div, actually .image. It's gonna be an image type component, you see? So with style components, you can have different type components, images. You can have spans, you can have divs, right? Navbar, basically any HTML component you can have that with a style component. All right. Now on the user image, the image we're going to use for the time being is gonna be just this one right here. It's gonna be, you can use any image you want technically, but I have this one right here, and hopefully we can have a monitor David put it in the chat. There we go. And that's gonna be pretty, that's actually my image. It's actually me, that's not. All right, let's see how does it look like. Oh, let's go, there's me. If you have your own picture, use your own picture. I highly recommend that you use a square picture. That's gonna be very helpful to you, okay? All right, so that's gonna be sick. Okay, so do that. Now of course we're not done yet. What we need to do is let's go ahead and make this a little bit better. Well, let's go ahead and set the width. So check this out, guys. If I want to edit the style for this, I hit command and click on this, you see, and now I'm in styles. Check this out. How cool is that, huh? Command click on the actual user image. I think in Windows it's control click, I think so, or Windows click, I'm not sure. Try one of those. So inside the user image, I'm gonna say width 48 pixels. Okay, height also 48 pixels. Done. Save it. All right, now it's a bit smaller, which is great. And then I'm going to give the border radius of 50%. Now what that does is that gives it basically a circle, that makes it into a circle, because the border radius basically adds the most beautiful curvature on all the corners, right? You see right here, 50% of the full image is going to be basically curved up. That's what they mean. Next thing, I'm going to make it into cursor pointer. The reason why we do that is because it looks like, or it feels like, a button. Beautiful. All right, now oh, let's go. All right, last thing, look at this. You see how this icon is all the way to the left hand side? Well, what I can do is I can actually expand the nav menu right here, to push this icon all the way to the right hand side by using what? What do you guys think we can do here? Let me know. What do you guys think? Put in the chat. What do you guys think we can do to push this nav menu right here all the way to the right hand side? Well, that's very simple actually. I can go to the nav menu and I can say to the nav menu, hey, you know what? Let's give the flex of a 1. Look at this. Nav menu, I'm gonna say flex 1. And what that does, that basically says, look at this. That says, hey, this nav menu is the most important thing, right? And you want to expand it to as much as possible. And so that's what that does, okay? I'm going to give it a small margin left 20 pixels. Margin left 20 pixels. Margin dash left. I'm gonna give it 20 pixels. 20 pixels right here. 25 actually. Give some spacing on the left hand side. There you go, just to give some spacing. And then the last thing I want to do is for each A tag, I'm gonna give it a cursor pointer. Alright, cursor pointer. And what that does is gonna make it like a hand. There we go. Now it's a hand. You see that right there? Now it's a hand. Okay. But, okay, we're not done yet. I also want to make this into a line item center. So this basically will center it vertically. So align items. Might not change a little bit. Just see that does not change much, honestly, right here. Beautiful, right there. All right, so align item center. That's looking pretty good. Wouldn't you say so? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think so far? That's looking really, really good so far. All right, I like it. Next up. All right. Next one, let's go ahead and make that a beautiful animation that we have, which is this one. So this is gonna be really, really cool. The way we make this happen is really cool. Really cool. All right. Monique says beautiful. I like it. Thank you, Monique. All right. Let me go and check up on YouTube here for a second here. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Nicholas says awesome, sweet, flex. Ah, you guys are amazing. I like it. Nice, bro. Javier says nice, bro. All right. Now, a few things that we need to make it kind of like you know, to make that portion happen. So check this one out. This is gonna be like a really cool trick that maybe you have not learned before, but inside the inside the span, here's what we can do. We can use something called after. So what does it do right here? I'm gonna say here, I'm gonna say this after. Now, what this adds is this adds almost like a div. This adds a div right here. So I'm gonna say after. I'm gonna give it content, and I'll explain what it does in a second here. Content of empty string. Okay, and I'm going to give it a height. So imagine it like a normal div. Height of 2 pixels. Height of 2 pixels. And I'm gonna say background is white. Background is white. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to position. Okay, well for now I'm just going to see what does that do. And let's see, refresh. Nothing so much because we need to give it a width. So let's give it a give it a count of like hello, Jello. See, there it is right here. It's called Jello. See, and it's background color white. If I remove this background color white, Jello. Now what it does, if I inspect the element on this one, here's what it does. Is it adds a div after the ending of everything. So check this out. If I go to span, you see there's home, and then there's an after. Imagine this after almost like a div. Like a div. You see? And it has the content Jello and a height of 2 pixels. And with that, we can actually be very, very, very useful. We can actually be very smart with that. Let's go and save this. Beautiful. All right, let's go and do that. Save that. All right. And of course, we don't need Jello at this point, right? No, I mean, unless you guys like Jello. Who likes Jello here? Anybody like Jello here? I like Jello. I'm a big fan of Jello. I love Jello. That's my favorite type of food, okay? Love Jello. All right, beautiful. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and do the following now. So how am I going to position this? You see how this is positioned inside here? It's positioned at the bottom. How do we make that work? Well, let's think about it. I'm going to use something called position absolute. So here's what I'll do. I'll do position absolute. Absolute right here. And I'll give it top of 0. And I'll explain how that works out in a little bit. Top left of 0. Right of 0. And then bottom is actually going to be -6 pixels. So why minus now, you might be asking? Well, a few reasons why. I save this. And you can see right there, it's still not showing out. Because why? We need to give it, if you're going to position absolute something, it needs to be position absolute to what? To a relative object. Well, let's make the same, the span position relative. It's like you have to give it a parent to cling on to. Right? So let's go ahead and save that. Position relative. Content height 20 pixels. Okay. Opacity of 1. Background color white. Alright, let's go and refresh this. Still not there. Let me see. Make sure it's all good. Let me see. Inspect that one and this one. Home. Oh, because I did not put this correctly. There you go. Boom. Right there. You see? Now it's at the top. Okay, it's at the top. Why? Because I do this top 0. Don't need this. Remove this one. Top 0. Boom. Now it's at the bottom. You see that? Right there, look. Now it's at the bottom. So we have this line here that was created. How? Well, we said that, okay, you have this div right here. It's called a span. Okay, we have this div. And we said, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and create another div by using after. But let's make that div, which is this one right here. Let's make the small div. Let's give it a height of 2 pixels, a background color of white, and let's absolute position it to the left where there's no space to the left, there's no space to the right, and from the bottom, it's like, for example, hey, from the left, create no spacing. From the right, there's no spacing. And then from the bottom, there's only negative 6 pixels, meaning it will push it down. It will actually push down the div below this span component. That's the really cool part you need to understand. Right? It will push it down below the span component. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. All right, awesome. Sweet, 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 sweet. You guys still good? Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. All right, Derek, I think you're still good. Alex, you're still good. Jared, I think, look, you're still good as well. Beautiful. Leonard as well. And same as Christian. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. All right, now, the way we need to start out now, of course, when we go ahead and build stuff like this, of course, you see how that does not show up until we actually do something about it, right? Until we hover over it. So how do we make that happen? Well, very simple, very simple. Let's do initially, we're gonna give it a passive 0. Passive 0. Passive 0. And then we'll do transform scale x 0. So what does this do? Scale x 0 basically is going to scale let me go ahead and comment opacity here for a second. So it's going to scale the div to 0. If I do 0.5, it's going to make it 0.5. You see that right there? 0.5. It's as simple as that, right? Right. If I make it, for example, 1, then it's going to be the full thing right there. See? But if I do 0, it's going to make it 0. Okay. Now, in our case, I'm going to make it 0 and also pass it 0. And then, well, here's what we'll do. On the hover of span, on the hover actually of the whole A tag, which is inside here. Look at this. I'll do the following. This. We'll say hover. Boom, voila. All right, we'll do span after, right? Right, and the hover of this span after, we'll say transform scale x into 1. So we go from 0 to 1 scale. Basically from 0 width to the full 100% width. That's what that means. And then I'm going to give it opacity of 1. Look at that. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Oh, does not work. That's okay. That's okay. Because we need to give it a transform from what to what. So check this out. I need to give this. Transform origin from left to the center. Let's try refresh again. Oh, choo. That's not really happening here. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. So we have a tag that's on here. On the hover of that span, we're calling the span, which is that one, right? After transform scale x 1. Oh, right here, right there. That's the one. That's the reason. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. See? Boom, boom, boom. So it shows up on the hover. You see opacity 1 and transform scale x1. But let's make it even more beautiful. Look at this. All right. I'm going to add a transition. And here's the transition. This is a special transition. And this says transition everything, all attributes at 250 milliseconds. And this is a special type of transition, right? This right here basically says what type of a transition. There's like a linear transition. This right here number has a special type of transition. And maybe, for example, a month, maybe you guys can put it down in the chat in the Zoom, this specific text right here, right? Cubic Bezier right here. All right. So it's a really cool transition that if I now apply this, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that, guys. How cool is that? Look at that. How cool is that? What do you guys think, huh? That's pretty awesome. What you think so? That's pretty awesome. You can actually have this. So like I said, it's this one right here, Cubic Bezier, right? Cubic Bezier. Use that one. You can do linear as well, but you can do linear, but we don't want that. That's not too much fun. All right, so save that, and that's it. Our header now at this point is officially done. That's it. It's done. Donezo. That's it. Comprende. All right. All right. So that's all good. Header is finished. Okay. Header is finished. And let's go ahead and go to here a Git, and I'm going to actually save it. So I'm going to say add header. So I'm going to save this inside the Git. And I want you guys to get used to doing stuff like this as well. So add header. That's going to save it into our Git. All right. And that's it. We don't have to worry about anything else at this point besides that. That looks so good, by the way. That looks so good. Looks so good. Well, don't you guys think it looks awesome? Raise your hand if you think this looks amazing. Yeah. And it's the way it's done is very intricate too. It's all using CSS, you see, right? This transform origin is saying, hey, go from the left corner to the center right here. You see, kind of from the left corner to the center. That's what that's saying. The transition say transition all of this. And the transform says scale it from 0 to 1. That's it. That's all it's saying. That's as simple as that. All right. Let me see. Now, this point on YouTube. We have 356 people on YouTube. Let's go. 423 people on YouTube. That is beautiful. Amazing. Amazing. Excited to see all of you. Wow. Wow. That's actually pretty great. All right. So that's what we have this at this point. Okay. I know. Everybody looks, yeah, it's amazing. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I like it. Okay. So that's part 1. Let's now go look at the homepage. Okay. The homepage now. Let me go ahead and put this on the right hand side. And put it more on the right hand side. All right, homepage is done. Check mark. All right. Next up, header is done. Check mark. Next up is homepage. Homepage is going to be a little bit more difficult, but that's completely okay. Let's go to the homepage. All right. So at the homepage we'll have a few things. All right. Of course. Let's start out with a container here, like we always like to do. So let's go and import style components here. Import styled from what? Style components dash components. All right, sweet. Import style to the style components. Let's do the following. So const container equal styled dot what? Style dot div for now. Oh, actually no, style dot main. So main is actually it's very HTML5 friendly. Basically, it tells Google or any other browser that this is the main content, right? So it's the same thing as saying div, except that underneath the hood, Google likes to read that. So that's why we say main. All right. Now, for this one, let's do the following for this one. Okay. Few things. Alright, a few things we need to think about here. First things first, let's do a min height. So what we need to do, min height here. So what is the min height? Really it's the following. Remember how this height is 70 pixels? So this right here is 70 pixels. Okay, that's 70 pixels. Alright. Then that means that this will be what? The rest, correct? So that this right here means this will be the rest of the height, right? So that's what that means. Well, to make that happen, here's what we can do. I can say calc. So CSS can actually calculate stuff for you. I can say 100 VH. That means 100 vertical height. 100 vertical, that's the full width from top to bottom of the viewport. That's the browser height. Minus 70 pixels, right? So that's the height. Min height is this full height. Beautiful. We got that. All right. All right. So we have that. And then let's add a padding to it. Padding. And I'm going to go to 0 calc here. And all this is saying is this is 3.5 view vertical kind of view width. 3.5 actually. 3.5 view width plus 5 pixels. That's just pretty much, it's nothing too crazy, just a very simple calculation. So this means top bottom 0 pixels, left and right is this one right here. So, all right. Now, how do we actually see this? Well, it's very simple. Let's go ahead and actually add a background color here. Background blue. Let's see background blue. Okay, does not show up on there. Background color blue. Is it there or no? Let me see. Inspect element in this one. Let me see. Inspect element here. Body. Root. App. Div home. Div. Oh, here's why. The reason why it's not working is because remember what we did here is we forgot to put the container. So container is actually being used here. Instead of div, container. Boom. Container. Nice. I like. Oh, that's cool. Let's remove this hideous color, please. I don't like that. Okay, so that's all good. Now, the color that we do want to use, however, is going to be like a home color, a background color. It's going to be actually this color right here. So what I want you guys to do to add a nice background color is go to index.css here. Index.css here. And let's go to body and do here. Background color right here. Hashtag 040714. It's a nice color that we're going to use for the Disney Plus clone, okay? That's it, right? See? Nothing too crazy. Just a very simple one, okay? Simple as that. All right, beautiful. All right, next up. So that's all good. Let's go ahead and go to home.js. All right, I like it. I like it like that. I like it like. Okay. Anyways, guys. All right, let me see. So that's all good. Next up is gonna be what? Next up is going to be we need to now add the background image. Now, if you look at our Disney Plus clone, make it a little bit bigger. You see we have this background image that's in here. See this? As I scroll, you see it's there. You see that? As I scroll, there's a background image in there. You kind of have to look very close in here. You see? It's a background image. So how do we make that work? Well, let's take a look at it. What we're going to use is we're going to use this before stuff that we talked about before, okay? Before. that's a funny pun. Funny pun us. Before. All right. Done. Before. And it basically will add a div before the container. Check this out. I'm going to say background here. Now say URL. Boom. Done. Okay. I'm going to give it a dash images, a dash home, dash background, .png. Done. Okay. Now, so that's the URL. I'm going to say center. That's the vertically centered, horizontally centered, right? And then I'm going to say what? Center dash. Where am I? Okay. Center. Then I'm going to cover. And then I'm going to say no repeat and fixed. So no repeat means do not repeat this. No repeat. Do not repeat this image. Right? And then it's going to be a fixed image. Now how fixed? We'll talk about that in a second here. All right. Now it's still not there. Of course, it's not here, right? You only see, oh, that's not good. Right? You still see only this. No problem whatsoever. Right? So let's do this. Right? So again, it's URL, images, home background, PNG, center, cover, no repeat, fix. No changes so far. Don't worry. I'm going to do content here. Check this out now. Content, nothing. Just how I usually like to do it. Okay. Now again, if I add content, for example, like, y'all, save that. Yo, see? It adds a before. Right there, see? Let's go ahead and do it like this. Right there. And I'm going to position absolute. That's the cool part. Position absolute. Right? 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 And I'm going to say now the following. Top 0. Left 0. 0. Then I'm going to say right 0. Right? And then bottom 0. Right? Save that. Now, still nothing happens. Why? Because the following. Because we need to make it absolute to what? I need to make this position relative. Save that. All right, save it. Let's see. Position relative. Background is this. Content is this. And fixed. Let me see. Position absolute. Refresh this. I don't really see the background image. That's no bueno. Let me see. URL. Am I doing this right? Bottom 0. I'm gonna say z index -1. Alright, I don't see the background image just yet. Don't worry about that. We'll make that happen in a little bit here. Let's see. I think it has to do with this background. Let me try this. Try this for a second here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So there was a little bit of a mix up here. So I guess I did it wrong in terms of how we set the background. So here's what we'll do. Background, URL, right there. Images, home background.png. Center. This is horizontal, vertical center. This is basically the type of positioning here, right? This is background position. Cover, right? We need to add a dash here. So dash. Cover. And after that, we say no repeat. And then we say fixed. Okay. So fixed means basically fixed on the page. So if I scroll, it will always be fixed on there. Okay. That's what that means, guys. If I scroll, it will always be fixed on there. That's what that means. Look how good this looks already. It looks so good. It's so good. I like it. That looks beautiful. And again, how does it work again, right? Because if you think about this, let's look at our rectangle here. Boom. There's a rectangle, right? That's our home. Let me go ahead and force this here. This right here is our home component. You can see, right? Then what we did is when we did before, we added another div, right? There's no name for it, right? And we give it a content of nothing. And we did position absolute top 0, left 0, right 0, bottom 0. Meaning, here's what that means. That it's going to be 0 pixels from the left, 0 pixels from the top, 0 pixels from the bottom. Move this from the bottom, right? 0 pixels from the right. So when you do that, you stretch the whole div to the end of this div, like so. Oops, to this div right here. That's what you do. And so now we have this extra div that's position absolute. It will not move anywhere, and it will be behind all content all the time, because we give it a z index of -1. That's why. Okay, so I want you guys to really think about that. Z index -1 is a big deal. This is z index -1. You will later on, if you will see, when I add content to it, like if I do, for example, if I forget this, let's remove this for a second here. See, the home was gone, right? If I do z index -1, home is out there. You see? That's why. That's why that's so important. Okay, and honestly, that's it. You're done on this container home. Now, of course, no, you're not pretty much done, but this is looking now very good. Raise your hand if you're still with me. Are you still with me? Raise your hand. Yeah, you guys still with me? How beautiful is this turn out to be? Just within the, what, 1 hour at this point? Within 1 hour, we've gone so far now. Exactly. It's beautiful. All right, and on YouTube, guys, I know you guys are killing it as well. It's a lot of fun. All right, so we got that portion. We got this. Just, I like it. I like it like that. I like it. Okay, anyways. All right. So now, next portion is going to be the image slider, which is going to be, this is going to be so much fun, you guys. Are you ready for the image slider? Oh, that's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one, because I know you guys will be confused. That's why. That's why, exactly why. So, but it's okay. We'll do this together. Don't worry about that. So, image slider. So, what are we going to use for this image slider? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to create the actual component. So, let's go ahead and do inside the components folder, right click new file, and we'll say what? We'll say image slider.js. Done. All right. Let's do RFCE to create our component. All right. And we'll say image slider here. All right. Save that. Beautiful image slider. And of course, it's not here because we need to import it. So let's go back to our home.js, which is right here. And let's import that, right? Just how we always import. We like to import. So import what? Image slider from what? From going to be from, what is it, guys? What is it? Component, right? What is it? Well, directly from here, because our image slider is inside this folder, components folder, and our home page is inside this folder. So we'll say dot dash image slider. Save that. Let's go ahead and create the component side here now. So say image slider. Done. All right. Boom. Image slider is right here. All right. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that, how that's turning out. All right. It's really, really good. Actually, I like that a lot. All right. So that's really cool. So, and now let's actually work inside the image slider. Let's go into here. Boom. Now we're inside here. Okay. All right. Inside here, a few things we need to do. What we're going to use to do image slider is something called React Slick. Check this out. Sorry. Let me get some water. I'm dying out here. Oh shit. Yeah. You know, you guys don't want me to die, right? I hope so. I hope not. All right. So there we go. So it's called React Slick, and it will give you some examples here. But basically, it's a React module that's been built for us to make beautiful sliders. So right here, React Slick documentation. Right there. Boom. See, right there. And this looks pretty much exactly the same as what we're trying to build. And it actually tells us how we need to build this. There's a settings. There's a component right here. There's settings we need to give it. And then we need to return the div. You can see we will use the slider component. That's this one. Right? The slider component. And then we'll use it where? We'll use it inside here. Right there. Right? So that's how we need to do it. So the first thing we need to do is we need to install image slider. And well, to make that happen, let's go back to here. React Slick. All right. All right. So, okay. So npm install react slick -- save. Let's go and copy that. All right. Let's open up our terminal, which we like to do by right clicking and then open an integrate terminal. No problem. Right click on package.json or whatever you have to right click on. This opens up this. Okay. So do npm install react slick -- save. Done. Hit enter. Okay. That will install the React Slick module for you. Okay. Done. So that's all good. We're not done yet though. Now we need to do npm install slick carousel. This will install us the CSS we need to use. So next one is going to be npm install slick carousel. That's the next one. And enter. And look at this, guys. It literally has 746,000 weekly downloads. This tells me that this is a good module to download. Good module to download. Basically, it's very well supported. That's what that tells me. Okay. Okay. Now what we do is we need to now import the CSS files here. Okay. And need to import, of course, the actual as well slider. So let's do that. So here we'll say import slider from react slick. All right, save that. Right, and then we'll do the following. We'll save here. We'll say let settings. Let's not do that just yet. Actually, let's not do that just yet. Get that for a second here, and then we need to import the CSS files right here. Import slick carousel right here. So these ones are really, really important. So import. And hopefully a month today you guys can take care of it. Maybe you guys can put in the chat. Somebody can put in the chat, hopefully. Import slick carousel slick.css right there. That's the one that we need to use, okay? All right, save that. Beautiful. And we're not done yet. So now at this point, let's go ahead and use style components as well. So let's go ahead and import style components. Of course, we're currently here. Okay. Right there. So let's go ahead and do import style components. Import styled from what? Styled dash components. Done. Style dash components. All right, so that's good. And instead of doing div, we're gonna say carousel. So Command D to select both carousel. Done. And let's create that style component. We'll say const carousel is equal to what? Not style.div actually, but check this out. Remember how we had to use slider? Remember how inside here we had to use slider component, you see, which came directly from here. Remember that? Well, watch this. Instead of doing style.div, I'm going to say styled slider. Basically, instead of doing slider directly inside here, I'm giving it a style component because then I can actually style it myself, right? That's the whole reason why, right? That's the cool part about this. So slider, okay, so that's there. Everything's gone, everything's deleted. That's okay, don't worry. There's a reason for it probably. I know 100%. Hopefully. I think it's because of the fact that we imported slider and we have not given it any settings yet, so don't worry about that. So let's go ahead and create some settings. We'll do let settings equals the following. And there's a few settings we can set. There's like dots, you know, infinite, true, speed, and so forth. And first dots, so that's the dots that will show up at the bottom. So we'll say dots, that's going to be true, comma. Then we'll say infinite, that's true. Basically, you will infinitely, should be able to infinite, that's going to be true as well. All right, then speed is going to be 500. So that's 500 milliseconds. That's basically half a second. Okay. Slice to show 1 to show. My bad. It's going to be 1, comma. And then we're going to do slides to scroll. How many slides to scroll per scroll? Basically, slides to scroll is going to be 1 as well. Okay. And auto play is going to be true. Boom. So this is our settings. Okay, autoplay is equal to true. Let's get the settings now to here. Now, the way we do that is using something called destructuring. You see how would they do it here? It's called destructuring. That's what that does. So we'll say dot settings. Basically, it puts in basically all of these settings directly into the carousel div as a what's it called? So save that. Why is my thing not working? That's interesting. Right click it, inspect element. Where's my header? Where's everything? It's not there at all. The hell? Carousel. They're just going nuts on me. Let's go inspect element here. Body, the root. Oh, there's something happened here. It's very interesting. Something failed, which I'm like, ooh. Slider. Above error occurred in the div component. Element type is invalid. Expected string for built-in components of a class function React DOM got undefined, but you likely forgot to export your component from the file it's defined in, or you might have mixed up a default or name view. Okay, imports. Interesting. Style import slider. Did I write through rightly? Let me see. Slider. Import slider from carousel slick. Let me see. Import slider. Make sure it's all good, guys. And on YouTube, do you guys have the same? Do you guys have the same issue? Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. It's okay. We'll be able to solve anything we put our mind to. Correct? Const carousel. That's fine. That's all good. We imported it correctly, which is correct, right? Maybe it's because we need to have an actual div inside here. Let's try. Let's see this. Let me try this. Let me try this for a second here. Okay. Boom. Let me try this for a second here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do wrap as a style.div. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I got you guys. So const wrap is equal to style.div. Okay, let's see. Okay, so all right. So the reason why it wasn't working, looks like, is all right. So I know it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's gonna get fixed. Okay. So the reason why it doesn't work is because when we put it into the slider, right, there's literally nothing here, right? There's nothing to slide, and so it gives us errors, right? Because it probably expects us to have some kind of a slider, right? Some kind of the actual image inside here. Because if you look at here, right, we need to give it a div, right? A div to slide through. So div h1 or h3, whatever it might be, right? And so what we're doing here is we're creating a div. Well, to create a div, what we're going to do is the following. So let's go back to here, right? Again, it's gonna be not gonna work, but we're going to create a wrap here, a wrap div. So that's gonna be, it's just a normal div, going to be a style component, which we create inside here, const wrap style.div, okay? And then inside here, we're going to create an image. That's the image that we're going to, that's going to show up basically. So let's do the following. So we'll say image here, say image, and we'll say source is equal to the following, okay? There's going to be dash images, dash slider, slider dash badging dot JPEG. There we go, and close it out. All right, so good. So that's image 1, and then we're going to give another image. Let's go ahead and do another image. There we go. Now we have ourselves a slider. Right. I know it looks horrible. I know it's like bad. Boom. Very bad, right? Now, would you agree with me that's bad? Right? Raise your hand. That's bad, right? That's pretty bad. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah. You guys want to make it better? Shall we make it better? Yeah. Shall we make it better? I think so. All right. This pretty much just requires a little bit of CSS. That's pretty much all it does. All it requires. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually look at our CSS here. I'm gonna put this here. Boom, right here. Roll that here. All right. So we're gonna focus on the carousel here. Let's do a margin top here for a second. So margin top. So margin dash top is going to be 20 pixels. Boom. All right. That's gonna basically push a little bit. Oh, did it just go away? What the hell? Oh no, what just happened? So save that. So that pushes the slider a little bit to the bottom, which that's what I like to do. That's what I kind of like, right? So I kind of want to put it a little bit more towards the bottom, okay? All right, okay. All right, awesome, sweet. So that's that. All right, and then what I want to do is, well, a few things. Let's focus on the wrap here for a second here, okay? This wrap. Let's focus on this image. Okay, image. Let's focus on this image. And with this image, let's give it a width of 100% and a height of 100%. Okay, boom, right there. See, done. So width 100%, height 100%, and now it's a lot better. Would you agree with me on that one? I would say so. Next up, for this one, let's change this one to not be slider badging. Let's change it to be slider badag. That's actually inside the images folder. Badag, the JPEG. All right, so that means we have now two different images. You see right there, badag. That's funny. Badag. That's funny. All right, on the image side, a few things. I want to give it a little bit of a curvature here. So let's do the following. So a little bit of a curvature. We're gonna do the following. So I'm gonna say image, and I'm gonna say border radius. Okay. Border radius of 4 pixels. It's going to curve a little bit of that kind of like this image a little bit. Maybe you see it. You see right there? Maybe you see that right there. See that? You see how it curves it a little bit? You see that curves it just a little bit right there? Just right there. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to give it a box shadow. Now I want you guys to copy this one. Okay. This box shadow. Check this out. Okay. Right there. So RGB, basically, that's basically where the color is coming from to the color to where it's going. So it's very simple, right? RGB right here. Maybe David or Manav, maybe you guys can put in this box shadow for everybody in the comments below. 0 pixels, 26 pixels, 30 pixels, minus 10 pixels. Maybe you can put it. It's basically just a box shadow style. That's all it is. Now, I know it looks horrible right now. Don't worry. Don't you worry at all. Okay? So box shadow. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that looks so good. It looks so good. All right. I mean, actually, does not look good. I'm sorry. Does not look good at all, actually. So the reason why it does not look good at all is because inside this right here, this slick component, it's called slick component, we call it. We don't see. You see how in reality we're supposed to see all these other images. You see that all these other images on the right hand side and the left hand side. You see that, but we don't see that. The reason being is because there's an overflow hidden on this div. Overflow hidden. Basically, on any overflow, it hides the rest. So to prevent that, what we're going to do is the following. So I'm going to say inside the carousel, I'm going to target the slick list. Slick dash list. And here I'm going to say overflow visible. Boom. Holy shit, that made a big difference, you see? Just like that. Look, see? Overflow visible to overflow hidden, right? So before initially it was hidden, by default, that was inside their CSS that they give you. You see? Now it's visible. 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 Done. Now it's visible. Okay? Right there. So that's going to be that. Right there. Awesome. Sweet, 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 sweet. Oh, that looks so good. Okay. That looks so good. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. Guys, how cool is that? Raise your hand with me if you're still with me. Yes? 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 Everybody? 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 Beautiful. I like it. It's looking so good. We're making such good progress. I love it. All right. So that's overflow visible. And then what we're going to do is a few things. I need to change up to make it even better. Okay. Let's give it a small border. So let's give it a border. I'm going to say border 4 pixels here on this image. I'm going to say border 4 pixels, solid, right? Transparent. Now, what does that mean? Transparent is the color. You see, it adds a small, like just transparent color. Now, again, right here, it's kind of like right here. And don't worry, we'll fix it kind of how it looks like. Again, it looks a little bit odd right here. I know. Don't worry about it. We'll fix that in a second here. I'll fix that in a second here. So it's going to be a transparent border, right? Next thing. Let's do the following here. On the carousel, so we have select list. And then we're going to add a color white on all these active buttons, right? So let's do the following. To do that, I'm going to say li dot select active. So when there's an active button before, right? Now, how does this work out? I will show you in a little bit here for a second here. And then I'm going to say color white. White. Okay. Li select, that's actually inside. Let me see the carousel. Okay, I'm also going to do the following. So I'm going to say on every single button right here, I'm going to say ul li button. These are basically the next button right here. And I'm going to say like this. Before. I'm going to say here font size. I'm going to say font size. I'm going to increase the font size, decrease font size just a little bit. So font size 10 pixels right there. Okay. I'm going to say give it a color. I mean, it can be just a white color right there. So it's these buttons right here. See? Boom. All right. So, but I'm going to give it a more gentle color. I don't like that actually too much. I like this color right here. This color is a little bit more gentler. I kind of like that a little better. Okay. So that's kind of that color white. Same thing with right there. Oh, you see how it has like this white, more of a white look when on the active button. You see that right there? See right there? Beautiful. All right, now you see how we have the next button, but we don't have the previous button. The reason why is because of the z index. So if I do button here, and I give it a z index of 1, check this out. Oh, let's go. You see it right there. That, my friends, is basically what we need, right? So that's pretty much that. All right, let me go ahead and zoom in on this. Let me see. How does this look like? What do you guys think so far? It's pretty good. I think so too. I like it. I like it like that. All right. That's looking pretty good. I like the way it's going. Oh, let me go ahead and not save this. I don't want that. That's pretty good. And then the next thing we need to do is to make it work a little bit better is the following. So check this out. You see how here, you see how this like this border is within this image. You see, it's like a little bit better, right? That's kind of how I like it a lot better. So what we'll do is, this is called because of box sizing. It's a little bit weird, but I want you guys to understand this a little bit here. It's all because of box sizing border box. So you see how these borders are on the outside here, on the outside. Well, to make them on the inside, to make the basically included part of the whole image, I'm going to go to app.css and I'm going to say everything that you have. Oops. Oops. Yeah, box size and border box. Save that. Boom. See, big difference. Look at that. You see? Now, what happens with this is basically it's telling, for example, border box. When I say border box, it's saying, hey, the content should contain the border itself. Basically, the width contains the border. That's what that means, right? And so that's why when I say width 100%, right, the width actually is contained within the border. That's what that means, right? That's how we can see the border, which is much better now. And I like that a lot better, honestly. Yeah. Ooh, let's go. Look at how good that looks, guys. That looks so good. Oh my God, it makes me happy. All right, let's go back to home.js. Let's go to image slider back to here. We're not done yet. We're almost done, but not done yet. Almost there, but we're not there. We're so close, but we're not there yet. Let's go. All right. Next thing. I want to give it a small hover effect. So what do I mean by that? On the hover of the image fully, I want to change a few small things. I'm going to go ahead and Command B on here. Okay. So I'm going to say hover. I'm going to say hover. Hover. And I'm going to change the color of the border to be white. So I'm going to say border is going to be 4 pixels solid, but this time the border color is going to be this one right here. Well, we see this RGBA 249, so it's almost like a white color with a little bit of transparency. And then save that. Let's see. Oh, let's go. Look at that right there. See? Okay, next thing, let's give it a cursor pointer to the wrap. Cursor pointer to the wrap. Okay, so when I hover, it's actually like a cursor right here. You see? It's good, beautiful. And then the last thing is give it transition. So transition duration should be transition. Let's give it actual transition. So we'll say transition duration 25 seconds. Oh, look at that. So much better, you guys. So much better. That's so much better. What do you guys think, huh? What do you guys think? I like that so much better. I need to fix this portion right here. See, this is before. Actually, should be before in here. Okay. There's the color white. I'll refresh this. Oh, let's go. Whew. Beautiful. Beautiful. And guys, we have made ourselves a carousel. That's it. The carousel's right there. Now you might be wondering. I want to ask you a question. Does anybody have a question? Do you raise your hand if you think you're wondering like how the heck does this work? Like raise your hand if you're wondering how the hell does this work? Okay, good. So look. So because this is actually part of this is within the actual what's it called? This is within what am I say? Oh yeah, we also need to fix this portion. We need to fix this. Don't worry, we'll fix this. I got it. We'll play this in a second, okay? Here. So if I right click on this inspect element, let me put this here a little bit to the bottom here. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. This is the button here. You see? Button. See this button? So what's gonna happen? We have this, you see here, look, li slick active. So automatically, basically JavaScript underneath the hood is adding a slick active class. You see? This to this li. Boom, forces here, then it goes to here. And so what we're doing here, we're targeting a CSS class called li slick active right there. And then we're targeting the button. Now look at this. See, there's buttons. You see this? So button. Okay. Let me do autoplay false for now, so that it stops here. Okay. So it stops moving around, right? So you see here, right there. So button here. So now this is a select active here. I'm gonna say button, and look, before, you see. So li slick active button before, and we've done this. Actually is done through the slick carousel module, right? They do this themselves, and look at that. This before button has a color black. But what we did, we said no, make it color white. That's what we did. We overwrote the natural CSS that comes with React Slick. Do you understand that? Raise your hand if you understand it with me. Yes? Do you see what I'm talking about? Yes, we overwrote it. But because by default, the Slick Active, if you go to Slick Active, you go to then button, then you go to before. See Slick Active, button before. By default, it's just color black. See here? That's the default CSS that comes with the slick theme, which is this one right here. You see? With this slick theme CSS. But we said no. No. We're gonna change ourselves. That's what happened here. So that's what we did here. Color white. That's it. All right, and that's what happened. Now, funny enough, let's go ahead and fix this portion because that's pretty bad. You guys want to fix that? Yeah, raise your hand if you guys want to fix that. Yeah, I think so too. All right. Well, that's honestly that's not that bad to fix. So what we need to do is we need to go to actually index.css. But actually need to go to home.css. Home. So home.js. Let's go to home.js, and all you need to do on the home.js is just say overflow hidden. That's it. So overflow here, overflow inside the home.js, overflow -x is gonna be hidden. Save it. And so save that. Refresh. Is it still there? That's it. And then also let's do the same thing on the header actually. Let's go to header actually. So header.js. Same thing on the nav. Let's do overflow x hidden. Overflow -x hidden. And what really this does is very simple, guys. Overflow basically means when some content overflows what your view width. Like if a content overflows your view width, we simply just hide it. And you see right there, we don't have that weird camaraderie going on anymore. That's it. It's done. That's it. Awesome. Let's go back to image slider and let's go back to autoplay and we'll say the true now. Save it. There we go. Awesome, sweet. All right, we got that. That's all good. All right, so raise your hand. They're still with me. Everybody's still with me. All right. Next up, look, guys, we have made our own image cursor, and it looks sick. It looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, was it false or true like this? Yeah, there we go. True. Awesome. It looks so good. All right, the next thing we need to work on is going to be these portions right here. So this portion. So these portions are gonna be really fun to make actually. So we're gonna call them they're gonna be called viewers is what they're gonna be called. So let's go to here. Let's call them viewers. So let's create a new component here. And so new component, new file. Let's call this viewers. Viewers.js right there. Viewers.js. All right. So that's going to be viewers.js. And what we need to do with this one is very simple. Is let's go and do rfce and viewers right there. So save that. Awesome. Sweet. Save that. And the following needs to happen now at this point is okay. And we need to, of course, now import this. I'm going to say viewers here. Viewers. Let's go to import it inside where? Import inside the home.js. So import to home. Let's do import viewers. Viewers from where? From ./viewers. This one. Viewers right there. Okay. Let's also go ahead and resave this. Let's go ahead and do add image slider. Let's go and save that. All right. That looks so good. Looks so good. All right. Sweet. So that's amazing. I like that. Import viewers. And let's go ahead and actually use this one. So we'll say viewers. Let's use this component. Let's use a component. I like it. Not viewers. Viewers. Let's go. All right. That looks sick. Okay. Boom. All right. So that's that one. And of course, now if we go ahead to our React app, boom, we have viewers right here. You see, of course, that's not what we want to do, but that's what we got so far. Understand? Comprende? All good? Good. All right. Let's now work inside the viewers.js file, which is gonna be pretty simple. It's not gonna be anything too crazy. I think in terms of CSS, you'll just learn some stuff. So let's go ahead and do import style. You know the drill, guys. Import styled from what? From style components. Styled dash components. Save that. Awesome. Okay. And let's go ahead and create a container. Container. And let's go ahead and create the container component. So I'll say container here. So const container is equal to styled.div, the div Dunzo. Okay, simple. So all right, now let's go ahead and do the following. Let's do at this point, let's give us a padding for us. So the container, let's do padding. Let's do some stuff. Let's do container padding 0, 0, 26 pixels. And what is this actually on about? What is this 26 pixels? Well, if I go ahead and take a look at this here, let's go ahead and say this. Right click viewers. Come on. Good. Okay, so this one here, right there. So 26 pixels means literally padding bottom 26 pixels. That's the shortcut for this one, right? Padding bottom 26 pixels. That's what that means. Okay. All right. Now, okay, so that's all good. That's all good. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to put in here. Well, this one is gonna have a few things inside here. Actually, no, I need to be inside here. Container. No, actually, it's not padding bottom. My bad. Hold on. That's not right. Hold on. So that's not right here. Actually, let's do margin top. My bad. Margin top. And we'll say 30 pixels here. Okay, that makes more sense, right? 30 pixels. That pushes it more to the bottom. Let's do the following now. Let's do display grid. So this is gonna be really interesting now. We're gonna go into grid now. Now, what is grid? Raise your hand if you know what grid is. Anybody know what grid is? What is grid? Or just, yeah. So what is grid? So grid is basically, it's kind of like flex, but it allows us to be very discrete. It's like it's basically like a, you know, flex on steroids. That's what I'll call it. You know, that's what I'll call it. And we'll give it a grid, and we'll say here, we'll say grid template columns. So we'll have three. So we have file column with template columns. And with grid template columns, well, actually, hey there. Before we do that, let me go ahead and comment this portion out, just so I can show it to you. Inside the container, of course, we need to have all these images, right? So we need to create the wrap. So I'm gonna say create wrap for this one. Wrap, right? So every single thing is gonna be a wrap. So this is gonna be a wrap. That's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be individual divs right here. That's what these are. Okay, understand? Comprende? Good. Right, wrap, and every single wrap will have an image. So we'll say image, and we'll say source is equal to, and this is gonna be this one. This is the image right here. So hopefully, maybe you guys see, you guys know where to get it, or maybe a month Dave can help you guys out and actually give you guys the image. Okay. So images, viewers Disney. Wrap is not defined. Don't worry, we'll define it right now. So we'll say const wrap is equal to styled.div. Boom. Style.div. That's what it's equal to. Okay. Okay, so style.div. Boom, right there. That's amazing. Okay. And oh my god, it looks so bad. Don't worry about it. So let's go ahead and create a few of them. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually create 5 of them. Oh my god, it looks so bad. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go. Look at this. It looks horrible. I know, it's okay, don't worry about it. So now to fix that, that's where grid is gonna come in. So let's go try this out. So grid, and I'm gonna give it columns now. So look at this, grid type of columns. I'm gonna say repeat. So what this says, create 5 columns. So 5, comma, min max. And what this does is basically gives it a width. Basically, what is the width we should use? Well, minimum is 0, basically, but the 1FR simply means stretch it out as much as possible. Basically, that's what 1FR stands for. Okay. Boom. All right. Okay, now it's kind of like in line, but it still looks horrible. And so that's where we need to actually go to the wrap and actually fix that, right? Because technically we have 5 grids. If you look at it, right? Look, you see? 1, see? 5 grids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it's there. It's just that the images are actually overflowing. That's what's going on right here. So to fix that, if we go to wrap and we'll say here, image, right? I'm going to say width of 100%. So basically, the image should take up 100%. 100%. Done. Okay? Oh, boom, right there. Awesome, sweet, right? So I'm then going to say height is also 100%. So I'm say height 100%. Boom. Right? Then I'm going to say object fit. So object fit means, hey, fit up the object as much as possible. So object fit cover. So fit the image as much as possible inside this div. Awesome. And that's honestly pretty much it. Now for this wrap, let's give it some stuff. Let's give this. So we'll say here border. Let's give it a border. And the border will look like a little bit like this kind of. It's a very light border. Look. 3 pixel, solid, RGBA. That's the RGBA I want you guys to use, right? 249, 249, and 0.1. So it's a very light border. Let's go and save that. Okay. Border is not showing up. Let's see. Not showing up, which is completely okay. Border. Oh, I didn't do it right. Here, border. Let's see. Border 0 pixels. Oh, solid. Solid. Right there. Awesome. So that looks great. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we have. Okay. Now, of course, let's add some border radius to this one. So we'll say border radius. Border dash radius. Radius. And let's give it a 10 pixel radius. Nice. Oh, it looks so much better now. Now, it still looks pretty bad. I don't like it. Did you guys agree with me? Would you guys agree with me that it needs some spacing in between? Like in between every single column? Would you guys agree with me on that one? Should we add some spacing? Yeah? Beautiful. All right, beautiful. So to do that, we're going to use a gap. We're going to use something called gap. So check this out. Okay, let's use grid gap. Grid dash gap. And I will say 25 pixels. Boom. Oh, look at that. So grid gap is a very useful tool. Okay. It's a very useful way to add a gap between every single grid item. Boom. Boom. See? So simple. So simple, right? And then let's go ahead and maybe add some add some padding inside this container. So say padding. Let's say 30 pixels. 0. And we'll say 26 pixels. Boom. So push it a little bit to the bottom. So basically, if you inspect down on this one, if I go ahead and go look at this specific padding, you see, this literally just means it's very simple. Padding top is 30 pixels. Padding right is 0. Padding left is 0. And then padding bottom is 26. But this means top. This is bottom. This right here stands for left and right. That's what that means. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. So that's that. Now let's go ahead and give it a box shadow. Okay. I'm gonna get a box shadow that looks a little bit kind of like this. Right there. So again, you can copy this as well. Hopefully maybe David and Amanat can put it for you guys in the comments, or maybe he'll put it for you guys in the comments in there. Just a box shadow, just kind of copy it for yourself here. All right, so that's that. So it gives it, you see, that gives it that box shadow, which is really good, by the way, which looks so good, which I like a lot actually. It's a very light box shadow. Okay. And then let's do a hover effect. So on the hover, I actually want to make it bigger. So let's do on the hover. Now, by the way, do you know what this does? What does this do? Do anybody raise your hand if you know what this does? Raise your hand if you don't know what this does. So this actually basically concatenates the hover to the parent, which is the wrap. It's kind of like doing, for example, wrap, hover. That's what it's doing. So basically, this is concatenating hover to the wrap. That's what it's doing, just so you guys know. Okay. All right. On the hover, let's go ahead and change up the. Let's do scale it. So let's go ahead and scale it in the X and Y direction. So transform scale. So scale just simply means make it bigger. Okay. And then we'll change the border color to be a little more different as well. This. Boom. Okay. So now if I save this. Boom. You see, it's a little bit different now, but of course we can make it better. Let's add a cursor pointer to this one. Cursor pointer. Save that. Okay. Now it's a cursor pointer, which I like a lot. Awesome. Sweet. God, it looks so good, guys. It looks so awesome. I love it. All right. That's cursor pointer. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and change up the box shadow here as well. Just a little bit. Let's do box shadow. Change the box just a little bit here, not too much. So it becomes a bigger box shadow. But to make this actually cleaner, we're going to give it a transition. Boom. So this is basically transition everything with two. By the way, this number, remember this number. I want you guys to remember this. This is a big number right here. This number is actually used in a lot of transitions. This is if you give it a number higher than this, it becomes too slow. If you give it a number less than this, it becomes sometimes too fast. So actually, this number is actually used by a lot of developers. This number, 250 milliseconds. So just keep this one in mind, okay? And this is the transition we want to use right here. Cubic Bezier. All right, save that. And look at this. You guys ready for this? You guys ready? Are we ready? Hold on. Oh my God, that looks so good. Oh, so good. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks great. That looks amazing. I love this one. I love that one. The border changes, transforms it. Oh, it looks so good. How cool is that, huh? So that's pretty much that for you. So look, we finished the views, but of course, let's go ahead and change up these images so they're a little bit better. So we have viewers Disney, and then we have what? Viewers then Pixar. Let's go ahead and do Pixar here. Pixar, okay. Let's do Marvel, and then we'll do Star Wars. Okay, and then we'll do national, right here. To national. Boom, save that. Oh, let's go! That looks so good. Oh, look at that, guys. Ooh. But this is ours. That looks so good. Raise your hand with me if you're still with me and you're ready to continue on. Because that was pretty sick. Wouldn't you agree with me on that one? Wouldn't you agree? That was pretty sick, I will say. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Beautiful. So we've got our viewers ready. We've got our slider. The next thing we're going to focus on is just basically the movies. So our goal is to get these movies right here. These ones right here. You see these ones? That's going to be our goal now at this point. And it's very simple. Let's go remove this React Slick. Okay. That's the next one we're going to focus on. Okay. Let's do that. So let's go ahead and go to our VS Code here. Let's do add. Again, I want you guys to understand this one. So add viewers. Right here, let's go ahead and add this to git commit. Again, hopefully you guys used your git commit properly. All right, so let's go ahead and create a new component. Let's do this one. Should be called movies. Movies.js. All right, so RFCE, you know the drill. Okay, boom, create the movies. Let's call it movies. Awesome, sweet. So that's going to be a movie here. All right, so that's movies here. All right, save that. And let's go now to let's import this into the home page, okay? So let's do back to the home page. And let's import it. So we'll say import movies from what? From movies. Right? That's the next one we're going to create, right there. And let's go ahead and use that one. So we'll say movies here. Okay, beautiful movies. All right, sweet. I like it. All right, so I like it like that. That's amazing. Okay, so just light music right here. So movies, that's all good. Let's go ahead and go now to the movies. Let's focus on that one. So let's go ahead and save this. And boom, now we have, you can see, we have the movies right here. So we create a component. That's exactly what we need to do. All right. Now this component is going to be, again, not that hard of a component as well. Let's go ahead and do our normal thing we'd like to do, which is import styled. So we're going to use style components, of course. Import styled from where? Import styled from style-components. Components. Okay. And then instead of doing return div, we'll do container. So we'll say container. Let's go. All right. At the bottom, we have const container. So let's do the following. Const container is equal to what? Styled dot div. style.div. Okay. Okay, so that's good. All right, nothing too crazy here. Let's get a little bit of padding here. And this padding, what do you guys think? This padding is gonna be bottom padding, so don't worry about so much about that one. All right, all right. Next one is let's do H4. So we'll do an H4 here. H4. Let's do. So this is gonna be a H4 heading. Let's do here recommended for you. Ooh, no, that's not what I want. Save that. Oh, let's go. That's beautiful. It looks great. That looks great. I like that. I like it like that. I like it. Okay, beautiful. I like it. It's a little bit big, I feel like. No? I feel like it's a little bit bigger than what I would like it to be. But it's okay. We'll fix that later. Don't worry about that. Recommended for you. That's okay. So next up, let's go ahead and create our content. So as you know, right, our content is actually going to be here. This is our content, right? That's our content. And that's going to contain the movie. So to do that, what we'll do is create a content component. So we'll create a content component. Right. And the reason why we're doing this is because it's going to allow us to easily use a grid, for example, to wrap up our list of stuff, right? So list of movies. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and create a content component. Say const content is equal to style.div. Boom. Style.div. Okay, save that. Save that, that's good. All right, save that. Okay. And it's all good right there. Beautiful. So content styled.div. That is pretty awesome, okay? So let's do the following. So now we'll do, let's create for that content now. Every single movie, just like how it was here, is going to be a div as well. You see how this right here? So every single movie here is also going to be a div. And we're going to call it a wrap. So let's do that. Here we'll say wrap. Wrap. Okay, I will say here image source is equal to something. Well, our image is going to be the following. And maybe hopefully we can go ahead and comment this portion out for you guys. But this is going to be a temporary image that I'm going to use. It's this image right here. You see? Now, maybe a month later, you guys can put it into the chat right here, or put it into the YouTube comments as well. Nothing too much of a crazy situation, but wrap is undefined. Let's create a wrap right here. Const wrap is equal to styled.div. Boom. All right, save it. All right, this is the image we're going to use, the Simpsons image for now. Now, you can get it pretty much anywhere you want, right? Just go ahead and, for example, I'll copy image address. I can put it to you guys in the chat. I can do that here. For example, I can put it to you guys in the chat. And maybe, for example, let me see. Let me put it to you guys in the chat so you guys can all have it. Let me see. Boom. That's the image we're going to use. There we go. That's the image we're going to use. Awesome. Sweet. And then maybe Monolith, you can paste that into the actual chat on YouTube. That would be amazing, actually. If you can do that, that'll be very helpful for so many people. All right. So if we have this, let's do the same thing now, but let's do multiple times. Let's do it like, for example, how many times do we need? Well, we need it to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times actually. So 4 times. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save that. Okay, you can see right now it's horrible. Of course, it makes sense, right? Why it's horrible. It's from left to right. Well, to fix that, again, we're going to use grid to fix that, right? Again, let's do that. So we're going to go on the content side, and we're going to say display grid. Okay. I will say grid dash gap. Okay, it will be 25 pixels. Okay. 20 pixels. And then here we'll say grid template columns. So just how we done template columns before, we'll say the same thing here. So grid dash template dash columns. Okay. And we'll say repeat for comma min max right there 0, 1 fr, right? So again, same thing, but just we're repeating it 4 times. Boom! Look at that. so fast. We've got our thing finished. That's all great. Okay, so that's amazing. Awesome. All right, so that's all good. So now, of course, now we have the 4 columns, which is exactly what we want, but just that now we need to fix the actual images themselves. That's not an issue whatsoever. So that means we need to go to wrap here, and now on the image side, just how we did it beforehand, let's give it a width of 100%. Width of 100%. That means it will fill up the full grid. See right there. See, just like that, it's fixed. Height of 100%. 100% there. Okay, that stretches the image a little bit. So to fix that, we do object fit. Object dash fit. Dash fit is gonna be cover. Boom. See, it just object fit basically will cover up the image within a div. Okay, so it will stretch it out as much as possible while keeping the aspect ratio of the actual image. Okay, beautiful. So we got that. Next thing, let's go ahead and focus on the wrap. Let's give it a border radius because I kind of want that. So border radius is also going to be 10 pixels. All right, that's great. That's amazing. So I like that. That's 10 pixels. And then you can see now. I know technically if we save this, it doesn't show 10 pixels. Don't worry about that. We'll make it show in a second. If I do overflow hidden, then it will show it the border radius. Boom. You see? You see what happens? Again, because the image just goes outside the border, right? And so when we do overflow hidden, well, then it can continue inside the actual div. Beautiful. All right. Next thing, let's go ahead and do. Let's give it a border. The border we want to use is this one. So border, 3 pixels, solid RGBA with this one right here, right? So feel free to copy this one, maybe a monolith David. Maybe you guys can go ahead and copy this one into somewhere. All right, next up, a box shadow. That's this one. Boom. So again, feel free to copy this box shadow in here. Feel free to copy this to anywhere you want it to be. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right. So that's box shadow. And honestly, that's pretty much it. That's nothing more crazy than that. That looks pretty damn good. Wouldn't you guys say so? I would say so. I kind of like that actually. It's pretty good. I like that a lot actually. All right. So now at this point, let's do the following here. Okay. I'll do the following here. So we have the box shadow, we have the border, we have all of that. That's amazing. That's awesome. Let me go ahead and wait. What is this? No, that's good. That's good. Okay. Next thing, let's do a hover effect. So on the hover, again, we're gonna use this hover effect right here. On the hover of this, right? Boom. Right? Let's scale it a little bit, just how we did it before previously. Transform scale. Okay, save that. Boom. And then let's change the border color on this. So on the hover of this, all we do is we change the border color to be this. So it's a similar border color, but it's a little more visible. See, it's a white color. That's what's gonna happen here. So it's a white color that's a little more visible. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. Okay. Then we're gonna change the box shadow to be a little bit more prevalent as well. All right. Actually, be a little more prevalent. So let's do that. Let's go. That's amazing. I like that. Now, see, now boom. Now, right there, that's exactly what we want. But of course, we don't see you way too much because we need to do a transition. So to do a transition, we're going to see you use the same transition we used before. Transition all 250 milliseconds cubic Bezier. It's funny. Bezier. So feel free to copy this for yourself right here. Transition all 250 milliseconds cubic Bezier 0.25, 0.46, 0.45, 0.94, 0 seconds. Right there. Okay, save that. Oh, look at that. And let's do cursor pointer to actually do that. So cursor pointer. Oh. Look at that. How cool is that, huh? That's pretty slick, guys. Okay, that's pretty slick, okay? I love that. That looks so good. That looks so good, guys. All right, looks so good. Look at that, the box shot. Look at the transition. It's so great. I love that. All right. All right. So who's still with me, guys? You guys still with me? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Beautiful. I love seeing all your beautiful faces. That makes me so happy. All right. So we got that portion. Let's go ahead and look at this. If I go ahead and copy this portion, this whole thing, and I paste it multiple times, basically I just create more Simpsons. So I create more movies. That's all I'm doing. So that is what our goal was. It was to create, actually just simply just create this. All right. And well, the home page, I will honestly say, is kaput, finite. I mean, in terms of design, of course. The logic, not so much there yet. But the design, it's kaput, it's finite, it's done. All right. So what I want to focus on, so that's awesome. So we have that. And of course, these images are actually going to be replaced later on by images that come from a database. So that's we're going to do that later on in a little bit. But I want to work on the detail page now. So let's go and work on the detail page now, okay? So detail page. So I will save this and let's work on the detail page. Now, the detail page is basically going to be another component. So let's go ahead and do here, new file here, and we'll do detail.js. Okay, .js. So that's going to be the detail one that we use. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll do RFCE, beautiful. Create the detail component inside here, which is exactly what we need. And this will be detail. All right, sweet. All right. Now, how do we go ahead and switch up between detail page and the home page? Good question. Well, it's going to be very, very simple. We're going to use something called React Router DOM. So what we need to do is we need to go to app.js. And you see how we have the header home. So by default, it's just simply just throwing the header and the home. Well, we need to change that to use something called React Router DOM. So if I go to React Router DOM here. Okay. All right here. You see, that's what we need to use. So this is what we need to do is React Router DOM. So we need to install React Router DOM. Again, let's right click it. Open and integrate terminal, right? npm install React Router DOM. Beautiful. Nice. I like it. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Let me set this. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna do some food. I'm really hungry. It's a lot, you know. I understand why I do. So. How about stretch if you have to? Oh yeah, that's good. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Go left. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So that's good. So we install React Router DOM. Now to actually use it. As you can see, we need to go ahead and actually import it, like so. So browser router and so forth. So let's go ahead and import that. So import, and you guys can do that on yourself here, right there. So you need to import right here, browser router, switch, route, and link. Now, the way this works is very simple, and I'll show it to you here in a second how this works. But React Router is pretty much going to wrap your whole application around a router. And so we go ahead and we got the router. Hold on. Right here. I'm going to do this. Router. So the whole application is going to be wrapped around the router. Okay. By default, every single route will have a header page. Correct. Yes, correct. Right. So by default, everything will have the header page, right? Then what's going to happen is then we'll have multiple routes where either the home page or the detail page changes. You can see, for example, if I click on the detail page here, right, the header does not change. But what does change is this portion, right? That changes, right? So that's what we will achieve with this. If I go ahead and if I click on this, I'm going to say here now, I'm going to say switch. And again, that's coming from directly from here. You see that? Switch. switch. And switch just means hey, turn on this switch or this switch, this switch or this switch. That's all it means. And then we will go ahead and do route. So route. If we see there's the path is detail. If the path is detail, we will use the detail page. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to say import detail component from where? Components, right? Components / what? Detail. Boom. Voila. Chicky picky. All right. Next up. So then we do detail, like so. Detail. So that will basically on the route where the path is / detail, we'll give it a detail page. However, if the route is a home page, for example, like this, where the path is actually just home, right there, right? Then it will have the home one, the home component. Are you starting to see how this works? It's very simple, right? Very simple. We have a router, that's this, right? Anything that's inside the router will always be visible, right? So for example, the header here will always be visible. Anything inside the switch case will always change. So for example, if I have a route here with the path details, so path is basically the URL path, that's this path, okay? If it's detail, we go to detail page. If it's homepage, path is /, it's the homepage. Raise your hand if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Comprende? Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, right? That's going to be the homepage. And now let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right. So if I save this now, technically I'm in the homepage. You see, nothing really changed. But if I go to /detail, boom, we are on the detail component. You see the header still stays, which is right here, which is exactly what we want to do, right? But the detail component, which is this one, says detail. How sick is that? What do you guys think? You guys like that? I think it's pretty cool. All right, so that's pretty cool. So on the detail page, now let's go ahead and focus on the detail page inside here. Well, the detail page is a little bit longer than some other pages. So here's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and do import styled from style components. Style-components. Okay. So import style from styled-components. Okay. And a few things are going to happen here in the detail page, of course. Let's go ahead and make this a container, as we like to do all the time. So we'll say container, just like so. All right, beautiful. Not defined. That's not a problem whatsoever. So we say now const the following. We'll do the following. So const container is equal to what? Oh, is equal to style.div. Right there. Okay, style.div. Okay, and this style.div is going to be pretty simple. Same thing. We're gonna give it a min height, just how they did it for home. So min height. Min height is gonna be calc 100 vertical height, 100 VH minus 70 pixels. 70 pixels is basically that's that top bar right there. Okay, awesome. And then we'll give it also a padding, just how we gave a padding to the home page too. So padding, which is this one. So 0 calc 3.5 VW basically means width. So basically that's the viewport width. So 3.5 viewport width. Right there. Right there. Beautiful. See? Nice. All right. So that's all good. Now, of course, if you think about this, what does this have? Let's think about what does this specific thing have. Well, it has a few things. In terms of components, well, we have this is the main component, correct? But this component actually has a background. You see, it has a background image, right? So we can call it the background image. And then we have this kind of like logo. And then we have, I like to think of it as like a row. So right, you see, I see things as rows and columns. This to me is a row that contains multiple columns. Column of one button, another button, third button, and fourth button, right? Then we have another row that has this. Then another row that has the description basically of the thing. Do you understand that? Yes or no? Right? Yes, all good? Yes, 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 bueno? Good. Awesome, sweet. So that's what that has, okay? All right, now, and we can simply just, honestly, based on looking at what we just have, you can see, we can do it. So the first thing we need to create is the background component. So let's create the background component. So we'll say background. Boom, background component. And we'll give the image source is equal to the following, right? And maybe if a monthly, maybe you guys can help me out and actually give them this image source. And this image source, again, you can use any image source you want. But in my case, I have this one, which maybe I can give it to you guys in chat. Here, I'll give it to you guys in chat. Boom. That's the image I used, okay? That's the image I used. That's just basically just this image right here. All right. Okay. That's the image. And then, so that's going to be the component. If I go ahead and save that, okay, we have an error, says background is not defined. So we'll say const background is equal to styled.div, the following style.div. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, let's go. Look at that. I mean, it looks horrible, but it's kind of there, right? Now, just how we did our background image, we're going to position it also fixed to the whole page. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to do the position fixed. Position fixed. You see? Boom. Changed right here. We'll say top 0. Right, we'll say left 0. Just how I like to do it. Left 0. Bottom 0. Right? And then what? Right 0. Right 0. Okay? Okay. Boom, right there. Right 0. Okay, now again, it looks a little bit odd here. I can see that, right? Right 0. Don't worry about that. We'll make it work. Don't worry. And then here's what we'll do in that case, right? So, and then position fixed. But position fixed to what? Well, position fixed to the actual container. So we'll say here position relative. Remember, if you're doing position absolute, position fixed, you have to use position relative because it will fix it to the relative parent. Kind of like you have to have a parent. Kind of like, you will have a parent, right? So position relative. Save that, right? Nothing really changes here in those terms. But what does change is the following. Look at this. I'm going to now target the image itself. Image. Right? And I'm going to say here, the image here is width 100%. With 100%. Good. And height of what? Of 100% as well. Okay, I know it got stretched out, but don't worry. Because what we can do is we can say object fit. Object-fit is going to be what? Cover. I want you guys to look into that. Cover. Boom. See? Oh, moly moly. Now you can see it just covered the whole thing, right? Which is, don't worry about that. Don't, so to prevent that from covering the whole thing, it's as simple as, well, I just put a z index -1 on it. So that's it. Look, z index -1. And now the header shows as well. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Nothing too crazy you had to honestly do. Let's add let's add a small opacity too. So I'm gonna say opacity is 0.8. Boom. So it's a little bit darker. You see that? It's a little bit darker. And honestly, that is our background image. That is done. Comprende? Yes, all good? Beautiful. Awesome. Sweet. All right, so I like that. Let's now go back to our Go back to our top and let's think about what else do we have. Well, we also have this thing, which is this, which I like to call a title. So basically that's done. Now let's focus on this one, right? Focus on that one. So that's going to be the title, okay? And we'll call it image title. Title. Boom. And we'll also give it an image source. And I also have that source for now. Again, this data will come later on from a database, so don't worry about that. Okay. Then we're going to copy this image so you guys can all have it. And I'll paste it in the chat as well. Maybe amount of the div, you can paste it in the comments on YouTube as well. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna paste it here. Boom. Okay. All right, so that's gonna be that. All right, let's go to our application here. It says the image is not defined. Of course, we need to define it in using style.div. Nothing crazy here. Let's do the following, and we say what? Image title, and we'll no, define it first. So we say const image title is equal to styled.div. Done. Oh, let's go. That looks sick. I mean, not that much, but it's not bad. Again, we can also use some really, really cool things with that, right? So in the image title here, we're going to give it a height of 30 VH, vertical height. Okay, right, and don't worry about it. We'll fixate on the image, and then we'll give the image. So here's the thing, with images, give it a parent container, and then on the image say width 100%, height 100%, and do object fit. That is your recipe for any good image sizing. Give a parent container, right? A container to contain. Once you've done that, on the image say width 100%, height 100%, and then give it an object fit. That is your go-to. That should be your go-to, okay? So do image, same thing. Width 100%. Okay? A height of 100%. And look at this. Object fit. This time, however, contain. Right? Boom. Big difference, huh? Much big difference, right? Don't worry, we'll make it better even right now. So here's what we'll do. I'll do width of this one is gonna be 35 BW. Viewport width right there. See, that makes it even better. And then we give it a min. Let's go ahead and give it a min height, just in case. Min height of 170 pixels. Beautiful. And then we'll do a min width of 200 pixels. Min width of 200 pixels. Alright, so nothing crazy that's changed, but all we know is that this is working. This image is great, right? So that's we're getting very close to where we want to get to. Alright, next up. What we need to do is, we need to go ahead and focus on what? That's going to be kind of like this content right here. All this content right here. I want to focus now on the controls. You see this? On the controls. So let's go ahead and focus on the controls here. So I want to say the following. I'm going to say here, controls. Let's go ahead and do controls right here. I'm going to create the controls controls container. Boom. Controls, and all that will simply do is very simple. Let's go ahead, and that will contain the play button and stuff like that, right? So let's go ahead and do style.div. So const controls is equal to styled.div. Okay, and inside here it's very simple. We have 4 buttons here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. On that side, it's very simple. Now at this point, we need to create 4 buttons. One's gonna be the play button. So I need here the play button. Okay, gosh darn it. Then we do the trailer button. Okay, and then we have the add button. So let's go ahead and add that one too. Add button. Beautiful. And then we have the group watch button. Watch button. Group watch button. There we go. Awesome. Sweet. So that's kind of that. So group watch button is what we're focusing on right now at this point. Okay, let's go ahead and create all these buttons, right? So let's go ahead and do the bottom. Let's go to the bottom. We don't need any of this just yet. Okay, let's go to the bottom, and we'll just go ahead and focus on the buttons themselves. So let's do the following. So here we'll say const play button, right, is equal to styled.div, right? That's that, okay? Next one's gonna be which one? Next one's gonna be the trailer button. So we'll say const trailer button, right, is equal to styled.div. Same thing here. Next one's gonna be const which one? The add button, right here, and that's gonna equal to styled.div as well. .div. Boom. Nice. Last one is going to be the group watch button. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Group watch button is equal to also style.div. Boom. All right. Let's see what these now have inside. Okay. So let's try this. Let's go and take a look at this. Nothing. They have absolutely nothing. But also we made a small mistake because this actually needs to be a button. So we need to go call this button. Not this, but button. You see, button. Okay. So that's it. We've got ourselves a button that have nothing inside them right now, but we'll fix that here in a little bit. Okay. So let's go and take a look at the actual buttons and what we need to have inside them. Well, the button will part one. The buttons will have kind of like things inside of it, right? So every single button. Well, let's look at the play button first, for example here. So play button has what? The play icon and the text play. So we'll give it an image here. So we'll do image. Image source is equal to what? Is equal to dash images, okay, dash the play icon black button that we have actually inside our images, which we downloaded, by the way, right here. Boom, right there. So that's the one we need to use. Okay, that's going to be our images inside the play button, and then we need to go ahead and create a span, and that's going to say play right there. Play. Let's put it in capital letters so it's easier for us. There, let's look at this. Oh, let's go. It looks so bad, but it's there. Right? Let's do the same thing with the trailer button as well, so we can focus on two at the same time, okay? So let's do the trailer button at the same time. Same thing with this one. Let's go and copy this image, put it in the trailer button, right? But this time the trailer button is going to be play icon white. Not black, but white. This one. Hopefully you guys are still with me. All right, and then we have what? Then we have the span, right? The span is so old, it's just a wrapper, and that will be what? The trailer button. That's it. Okay. All right. So now we have two buttons. You can see here, one is trailer, one is play. They have different styling for them, so that's what we need to focus on now at this point. Let's go now to our play button, and a few things that we need to focus on the play button. Well, a few things. Let's think about part one. Let's think about the border radius, right? So we need to go ahead because it kind of looks horrible right now. So let's do border radius, right? And let's give it 4 pixels border radius. So it's a little bit cleaner and so forth. So border radius 4 pixels and so forth. Okay. Next up, let's change the font size of this. So we'll do font size, just a bit of more of a font size. Okay. All right, so it's a little bit bigger now at the same time. Now you can see how these play buttons. Let me go ahead and remove this portion right here. We don't need that. You see these play buttons. You see how they're not kind of like aligned horizontal, vertically correct. So we can do this. Use display flex. So I'm display flex to vertically align them. Okay. Oh, don't worry about that. That's fine. And then we'll say here align items. Align with their items center. Boom. You see now the play button is aligned. Now let's go ahead and make sure that all of these buttons are aligned horizontally as well. To do that, we do go to controls and I say here display flex. And what do we say? You see that puts them in a row by row fashion, because by default the flex direction is row, not column. You see, and so we go. That puts them into like it's one row basically, right? Into one row. All right, so that's good. Flex direction is basically in one row. Now let's go ahead and do the following. For the play button, let's give it a height. Let's give it a height of 56 pixels. All right, so it's a little bit bigger. Okay, and let's do the following. Let's go ahead and give a let's think about this here for a second. I will go ahead and actually say background color. Let's change the background color for this one. So say background color. I'll just do this. Boom. So background color should be that. Now, of course, it's not that just yet. Let's go ahead and remove the border. Border. Can you see how we have the border that's hideous right now? Hey, there we go. So much better. Look at that. So much better. All right. Let's also add a little bit of spacing on the left hand side and on the right hand side. And to do that, all we do is we simply just do padding, right? So we do padding. So padding. 0 pixels on the top or bottom, and but on the left and right we'll do 24 pixels. Simple as that. Right there. See? And now let's go ahead and add let's add some margin. So let's do margin right, you see, to make sure that it pushes this trailer one. So we'll do margin right here, margin dash right, like this, and we'll give it a 22 pixel margin. Oh. Boom, done. Look at that, it's already getting much better than what we want to do. Let's also, in terms of color, the black color, that's all good. I like that. Let me think about what else do we think should we do. Let's add some letter spacing. Let's change that up a little bit here as well. So letter spacing, just to space it out a little bit more. Spacing, and we'll do 1.8 pixels. Right, just spaces out just a bit more, just more. So it's, yeah, I like that a lot better actually. Yeah, I like that a lot better, and that's good. Okay, so that's awesome. And let's, of course, let's make it a cursor pointer too, right? So that means when I can click on it, when I can hover over it, because right now it's not a cursor pointer, right? So let's do cursor pointer. Cursor. Let's do pointer. Boom. All right. Oh, something happened. Oh, right here. Right there. So now, if I hold it, see, it's a cursor pointer now. Okay, good. So now, we're not there yet. Okay, not there yet. I like that. Now let's go look at the now let's think about the hover solution. So on the hover of this, we're going to use this again. So on the hover of this, on this whole button, we're going to change the background color just a little bit, right? So here, background. See this? Boom. So now, oh, boom, boom, boom. You see that right there? Boom, boom. Okay, good. So I like that. That's amazing. That's awesome. Now, the same thing is going to happen with the trailer button, right? With the trailer button. Now, check this portion out. The trailer button, right, has the same style as this, except it changes a few things. Like, for example, the background color. Well, check out what we can do. We can actually import it. We can actually use, like, for example, it's kind of like polymorphism, you know, in classes. But in our case, we can actually kind of like import the style. So I'll do styled play button. Look at this. Style play button. Button. See, now it's the same. Great. Great. But all I gotta do in order to change color, all I do is the following. I say background is gonna be the following. So the background is gonna be a little bit more darker here. Boom. And we're almost done, guys. We're almost done for today, by the way. Just want to let you guys know that. Almost done. Okay, I like that. Let's do a little bit, give it a little bit more of a border. So I like that too. More of a border, 1 pixel solid. So kind of like a wide border as well. And let's go ahead and let's do the following. Let's do a color. So let's go ahead and do more of a white color. I guess like a more of a lighter white color. Boom. Look at that. Ooh, let's go. Now, of course, also I kind of want to, if I go to here, that's fine. That's great. Oh, let's go. Guys, how cool does that look now? All right. Let's make sure it's text transform, actually. Let's do text transform uppercase. So make sure it's text transform. Make sure it's all uppercase. Text transform. This form. Let's do uppercase to make sure it's all uppercase. Okay, save that. Boom, done. Holy moly, look at this, guys. That's so good. Okay, so I like that. So play trailer, that's all there. I love that portion. Okay, let me go. I'll close this out. We have a few more ones, which is going to be the add button and so forth. Let's go ahead and focus on the add button, which looks a little bit more different, right? has like just only has is just one icon, right? So in the add button, all we're gonna do is just simply just an image. So that's all we'll do. So in the add and the the add button, and all that will be is simply just like a background image. Let me think about this for a second here. Okay, cool, awesome, sweet. So in the app add list button, it will just be like a plus that we need to go ahead and add, and that's pretty much it. So if you look at it here, look at this, inspect. You see here, we have this span. So that actually creates like a really interesting solution, but I don't want to do it that way. Actually, I actually want to do a little bit differently. You see, we're going to just simply do a plus icon, or just simply just a plus that we're going to use inside our thing. So look at this. I will say here, as I will say span. I will say here span. Oops. Span plus, right? I know nothing crazy so far, right? But don't worry, it's gonna happen, right? So to make this one happen, what's gonna happen is we're gonna give it a height and a width as well. So let's go to the add button. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it a width of 44 pixels. Let's give it a height of 44 pixels. Okay, good. So that's awesome, sweet. So that makes me happy. Next up, let's go ahead and just how we did it in the other one, let's go ahead and do display flex. Play flex. Right? Okay, and now let's focus on the span. Let's do span here. Let's do span, and let's change the font size of this one to be more. So font size, that's gonna be maybe 16 pixels, 18 pixels. Let's see. Maybe more. What do you guys think? 24 pixels? 26 pixels? Yeah, it's about that. I would say 30. There we go. Much better. All right. All right. So display flex, we're going to do now align item center to align everything inside there horizontally or vertically. Align item center. Okay. And then we'll do justify content center to do align it horizontally, right? So justify content center. Justify content. Hold on. Justify dash content is gonna be center. Done. So that's a very nicely centered, so forth. Let's do border radius to give it a nice circular border. Border dash radius. 50%, of course. Nice. Look at that. It's starting to look a button, right? I like that. All right. So that's really cool. That's really cool. Border radius. All right. And let's go ahead and do a background. Let's do let's do background. Let's give it a border actually. Border of white. So border here is going to be white. Okay. So it's a white border. That's awesome. Let's give it a different background color too. A background color should be this as well. Done. Look at that, right? Let's also do color white. Color white on the actual span. Oh, let's go. Look at that. And then we'll do a cursor pointer on the actual full button. So we'll do cursor pointer. Boom. Right there. And honestly, that's pretty much it. We'll do here. Again, there we go. And then we'll do a margin right of 16 pixels to push the other button away. So margin dash right will be 16 pixels. Good. So let's go ahead and save that. All right, save that. All right, let's go and refresh that. Beautiful. Oh, it looks so good, so good. Now you can see here that this button is not vertically aligned with all these other ones. You see how it's kind of more the top versus more centered. So how would we go ahead and do that to make sure it's fully centered? Well, that's a very, very simple solution, honestly. Again, display flex. So to do that, we go to our parent, which is the controls. The controls controls everything, right? So we go to controls, and where's the controls? Display flex, and we do align items. Look at this. Center. And watch it. Boom. You see? This just became centered. Just like that. It's so simple. Right? So that's right there is going to be our plus button. All right, last button that we're going to focus on is going to be, that's our button right there. Let me see. Right there. Last one is going to be the group watch button, okay? And I think it probably is the similar button that we should use. Let me see, group watch button. But this one's going to have an image. So let's try that right out. So this one has an image right here. So group watch button, okay? Let's add an image here. Okay, and we'll give it a source is equal to, okay, is equal to what? Well, we have a group icon that we can use right there. So this is in your images folder if you downloaded it from the drive right there. Okay, that's your image. Okay, so that's good. Group watch button, I like that. That's awesome. And again, we'll do the same thing. I think it's worth of doing like the same thing, which is also with 44 pixels and everything's pretty much similar. So let's try that. So we'll do, I think we can probably, let me see, we can probably use styled, actually this add button. Look at this, guys. Add button. Oops, no, that's not the one. Okay, so that's good. All we need to do is just differentiate the color a little bit, because you can see here, it's a little more darker color here. So we'll differentiate the color here just a little bit by giving it a darker background color, which is actually more of a background color black. Boom, boom, done, done, done. That's it, done. Look at that. Oh, how good is that? What do you guys think? Are you guys still with it? Yes or no? We've got ourselves, you see, well, very slowly, we're turning out to have an amazing solution here, an amazing product. Like, little by little, we have CSS going so forth. Look at this, guys. All right? Look at all this CSS we just did. All using style components. That's pretty epic, I will say so. All right, and we're not too far off from actually being fully done. Right now we have a subtitle, then we're going to do description, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go finish this up. Let's finish it up with a bang, you guys. All right, let's take a water break. All right, beautiful. That's amazing. That's exactly what I'm talking about. All right, last thing that we go ahead and need to do is, well, it's the following, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right. By the way, how is Facebook doing? How is YouTube doing, by the way? Let's see. We got 274 people on YouTube still. Let's go. That's amazing. Good to see all of you guys. So good to see all of you guys. So many people, you guys are commenting nonstop every single time. That's awesome. That's awesome. Somebody said you had to hide the arrows. What arrows? No, I do not need to hide anything. I've got everything here I need. Fully. All right, let's go ahead and do one last thing here that we need to go ahead and do. All right. By the way, guys, on YouTube, can we please get to 1,000 likes? Is that possible? Can we get to 1,000 likes on YouTube? That would be amazing. Those of you on Zoom, are you guys pumped, yes or no, with me? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're still with me. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Next thing we need to go ahead and focus on is going to be now this detail page, which is this page right here. I can actually just copy this for now temporarily. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to call it a subtitle here. So let's go ahead and create a subtitle component. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll do subtitle here. Actually, not inside the controls, but actually it's outside of control. So we'll do subtitle. Subtitle. Okay. All right, subtitle. And that's going to contain the actual text, which is, this is temporary text, okay? Placeholder text. That's all we know, okay? And then inside there, we're going to create the description. And I'll give you guys, the actual text if you need text. But you can put anything you want in there, right? You don't even need just put anything you want. That's temporary until we actually get it from the database. So for now, just put anything you want in there, okay? So description, okay? All right, let's go ahead and copy this. All right, boom, done. Nothing too fancy, like I said, right? Nothing too fancy at all. All right, of course, if we go back to our application, says subtitle is not defined. That's the normal, usual thing. So what do we need to do? We need to define it. So we'll say the following. So we'll do style.div. So const subtitle. Go ahead and make sure you guys can see at the top here. Subtitle is equal to styled.div. Beautiful. Style.div. Awesome, sweet, nice. Style.div. That's amazing. And let's do something with the same thing with description. Const description is equal to styled.div as well. All right, mateys. Oh shit! What just happened? What happened? Description. The heck? I did not. Okay, good. I'm like, holy moly! I did not just kill the whole application with this. That'd be funny if I did, though. All right. So for the subtitle, it shouldn't be anything too crazy. Let's go ahead and change the color. Just be a little bit more of a lighter color. So I'm gonna do command click on this. Command click, and that stays with the actual style. So that's one thing Tricky can use. Color, which is this color. Okay. Save that. It's just a very light color. Okay. Font size 15 pixels. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit. There we go. A smaller font size. Let's do min height of 20 pixels as well. Okay. Let's also give a margin top. Let's do margin top 26 pixels to give it a what's it called? There we go. Just to push it a little bit more to the bottom here. You see? Just to push it more to the bottom right here. I like that. Okay, so that pushes it more to the bottom. And then same thing with description. Let's go ahead and do that. So now if we're in description, let's look at description here. Okay, awesome. That's pretty simple. Similar one as well, right? We'll change the line height here for a little bit. So we'll do line height. We'll say 1.4. So it creates more of a spacing. You see, I kind of like that a little more. Let's do font size, give it more of a font size, a bigger font size. So font size 20 pixels. So it's a bigger text. Boom, beautiful. Let's do padding top is gonna be, so let's do margin top is actually gonna be margin top 16 pixels. Boom. Nice. I like that. Awesome, sweet. Let's do the same thing with the color right there. Same with the color. Ah, yes. And well, I mean, that's pretty much it. Look at that. Holy moly, let's go. That's pretty much it, guys. How cool is that? What do you guys think? We have ourselves a detail page. Now, yes, it does not connect directly to the thing. That's gonna happen. The connection is gonna happen tomorrow. By the way, the whole Redux, all of that, that's gonna happen tomorrow. All of Redux connecting, right? You know, the React router down with Redux, actually pulling in data from a Firebase. That's going to happen tomorrow. Who's excited for that? Let me know in the comments below. Who's excited for that one? That's going to be pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's not easy, but we'll do it. All right. And the last thing that I kind of maybe want to touch on is potentially the login page. So let's go and touch on the login page. I think there'll be a lot of fun as well, okay? Login page should not be anything too crazy. So we'll just touch on the login page a little bit as well. So what do we have here? Well, we have the detail page, which is here. Boom. Okay. We have ourselves the detail page. Oh, that's the home page. Then we have the detail page. Okay. And then let's go ahead and create a login page. Login page as well with this. All right. Let me see. So to do this, let's go and create a login component. So let's go ahead. First things first. Let's go ahead and do add detail page in the detail page in our commit as always. Okay. And let's do this. Let's do components. Let's do login page. So right click, new file. We'll do login, login.js. Boom. Login.js. Let's do RFCE. Boom. That creates the login page and so forth, right? Okay. So that's going to be the login page. Okay. And then what we'll do is very simple. To make this happen, let's go to our home, to our app.js. And if there's a route that says the login route, we'll just take it there. So say route path is equal to what? Let's just say login /login. Then what do we do? What do we do? Well, we import the login component. So we'll say import login from where? from dot dash component dash what? Login. Donezo. Okay. So markdown file, you tend to import components. Let me see. Components login. Did I create one? Oh, it should be there. Let me see. Outside the project folder. Oh, because of this right here. Done. Done. Ah, awesome. Sweet. Let's go and do that. Awesome. So that's good. And so now if we go to this, we should use the login component. So let's try that. Login component. Oh. Done. All right. Let's go ahead and go to, now let's go to our login component. Ooh, let's go. Login. Boom. Login is what we got. And if we go to login in our actual build function, sign out. Here's our login component. You can see nothing crazy so far. Okay, nothing crazy so far. And this is where we will be very smart. Okay, you can see how the header is still the same, but it changes when the login component is different. So we'll do that tomorrow. That's part of Redux. We'll make that tomorrow. But today we'll focus on this portion right here, right? We'll focus on this portion. We'll create this button, which is beautiful. We'll create this image right here, and then this stuff right here as well. So a few different things that we're going to create right now. So let's go look into, well, what components do we have for this? Well, a few things. We have the actual container. That's the width 100%, right? Okay. Then what I like to, let me go ahead and put a rectangle here. So we have this, okay? And then we have, I like to call the content section. Why? Because it gets centered horizontally and vertically. You see, if I go ahead and look at the brush, see, it gets centered horizontally, centered, and also vertically, right? That's that, right? And then, of course, inside that, we have a few different things. We have, well, what do we have? We have a few logos. So we have kind of like, let me see, I'm going to go to the rectangle here. So logo here, that's going to be a component that we're going to use as well. Then let me see. Then we have a button called get all there button. Okay. And then finally we have a description, get premier access. And then finally we have another logo called like this. That's it. That's it. That's pretty much it. So with that being said, let's just look into what we do. So let's go to login page. Our login page, our login page is hideous right now, but login page. Let's start up with the container. Okay, so let's go and import styled. So import styled. Guys, we're almost done. We're going to create the login page, and then we're almost done for today, and then we'll finish up tomorrow. Okay, so import styled from styled dash components. Okay. All right, from style dash components. Okay, that's awesome. And at this one, let's go ahead and create a container here. Okay, let's do const container is equal to styled.div. Beautiful, style.div. That's amazing. Okay, so now, okay, a few things are gonna happen here at this point. Let's do the same thing. Remember, in the specific container, we need to kind of change up this image, which is a pretty cool image. That's pretty sweet. And we need to add that background image in a little bit here. So let's go ahead and add a, well, we can do a few things here. The same things we did before. Remember how we did that before? Let's do that right now. So inside here, got this. Let's do a before. We'll do before. So we'll do position relative here. Position relative. Okay. And we'll do the whole before thing, which is what we did the last time to add those background images, right? So we did like this. We did like this. Before, right? Like so, right? And of course, number one, I need to give this, the container need to give this a height. So the height for this one is going to be just how I did the last time, is 100 VH minus 70 pixels. Done. Okay, 100 VH minus 70 pixels. That's going to be just how we had it for all these other ones. We're going to do the same thing for this one. Okay, good. Before, so that's going to be position relative. Now before, with this specific one, is we're going to add a background image. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll say here, we'll say position absolute absolute. I will say top 0. We'll say bottom 0. Okay. We'll say content is nothing. Content's gonna be nothing. Right? Just how we had it in the detail page, right? But it's just that in this case we had the background was like, we used an image inside that, which is completely fine. Don't worry about that. Right? Content is nothing. And then we will say go ahead and then bottom left is 0. Right, 0 as well. Ooh. 0. Good. All right. And now check this out now, right? All right, and then we'll do, of course, the whole z index. Now at this point, that's pretty much good. So position relative on that, that's all good. I like the height here. Nothing crazy here. Let's do a background image now. So say background dash image. Okay, and we'll give it this URL. That's the login. We have a background image. We have a special login background image that we have, which looks a little bit like this. Boom. Right now, you don't really see it right now. Don't worry about that. So what's going to happen now at this point is the following: position absolute, top 0, bottom 0, left 0, right 0. Okay, let me make sure it's all good. Good, that's all great. Position before. Did I create it before? Right, let me see. Or maybe it's after. No. I think it's like this. Wait. Or maybe it's after. Hold on. Before. There's no before here. That's interesting. Maybe it's after here. Let me see. Maybe it's after. You guys see what I'm talking about? Let's see. Let's see. How do I do it before? Let me see. Am I missing something here? Before. No, technically it's good. Like this. Before, back on URL. Same thing happens in the image slider right here. Before. Alright, right there. So position fixed, position absolute, top right, content 0, position relative. Okay. Bottom 0. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, let's see. So before. Let's go back to our login page. Yeah, that's right. Let's go back to our login page here. Not that one. Let's do Command P to go back to login. Okay. So content nothing, top 0, bottom 0, left 0 as your background image is that one. So do like this. Okay, let's see. Just don't understand why it's not adding it before content. Let me see content. That's very interesting. I don't understand why. Okay, let me remove this image for now. Okay, what if I do exactly the way I had it before? Don't understand why, otherwise it would just not work. Let's go to login.js. Login.js, let's see. Do you guys see any issues that I don't see or no? Or am I blind to this? Wait, now it has a before. Wait, now it did? So what was I doing before that was not right? What? What did I do before? It's same ampersand sign, same colon, same before. What? Oh man, this is not cool. Anyways, position absolute, good. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not sure why that happens. That happens sometimes. It's a colon, not semicolon. Absolute is a colon, not semicolon. Oh, is that why? Because I had this wrong? Okay, interesting. So probably because of the thing. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and in our login. That makes sense. Okay, so we'll change the background image. I do not need this right now. Good. It's a background image. Dash image. Boom. Oh, there we go. So much better. We'll do a background position top. Position top. Okay, so we'll start from the top. We'll do a background size cover, so it covers the full thing. So background round size cover. Okay, nice. I like that. It says cover, and then background size no repeat, so it does not repeat basically the whole thing at all. No repeat. No repeat. Beautiful. And that's it. We've got ourselves a background image, which just looks so good. Now again, this right here will change later on. Okay. The most important thing is now let's go ahead and change up this stuff. So now we have this portion, which is great. Let's focus now on the actual, what's it called? The actual content. So let's create the content, which I'm gonna call the content. Yeah, I'm gonna call it the content box. The content box. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. The content box. Okay, so content box right here. Beautiful. Content box, and inside this content box is where, for example, our logos will be. So for example, actually maybe let's call it CTA box. How about this? A call to action box. A CTA, what do you guys think? Maybe we call it CTA for now. CTA. And inside here we'll have what? We'll have the following. We'll have CTA logo 1. So let's do this. CTA logo 1. That's gonna be an image. Papa. And then there will also be a CTA logo 2 later on. So we'll start with a CTA logo 1, which has a source. We'll say source is equal to right here. And there will be right here CTA logo 1, which we have in our images folder. Boom. Done. Right there. CTA. Okay. And I'm just folder. So if we go back to here, of course, we have an issue here. So CTA, that means we need to create a style component. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll do const CTA equals styled.div. Okay, that's part 1. And then CTA logo 1 is going to be an image. So, okay, const CTA logo 1 is equal to what? Style.image. Boom. Boom. Hey, right there. It's okay, don't worry, just refresh this and it'll all work. Okay, good. Awesome. So that's fine. That's awesome. No problem whatsoever. So now with this specific thing, let's go ahead and I kind of wanted a let me think about this here. What height should we give it? I think we should give it a specific height. I think we should give it a specific height and width. So let's do this. For the CTA, let's do a max width. Max width, good to continue to do this. Max width of 650 pixels, for example. Okay, awesome. And I also want to give it a specific let's do a specific padding on specific padding. So let's do padding. So top is going to be 80 pixels, top, bottom 80 pixels. And then left and right are going to be 40 pixels. One right there, you see? Like that, okay? Now, so you see this kind of becomes the whole dynamic here. But actually, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So now, to make it all work properly, what we need to do is, we need to, on this container, we need to give it a position, not position, but display flex to make sure it's all centered. And then, oh wow, where did this go? Display flex. I don't know where it just went. And then we'll do align item center. Where did the thing just go? Where'd you go? Don't leave. Hold on, so I'll bring it back. Okay, that's interesting. So if I don't do display flex, it's fine. Display flex. All right, that's fine. Let's justify content maybe as well. Justify content center. Max width. I don't like the fact that CTA is just not showing up, just kind of like that. So that doesn't make sense at all. Go ahead and inspect that one on this one. So I have the div, that's this one. Before. Oh, it's here. Just that it does not have a width. That's why. That's fine. We'll give it a width. We'll give it a width right now. Let's give it a width of CTA. Let's give it a width of, let's just say 50%. There we go. Let's do more like 60% or something. There we go. Maybe 70. There we go. I like that. Okay, that's good. I like that. Okay. And of course it's centered right there, but you know, then once you put in the other stuff, it'll be centered normally. So, okay, just for kind of center. So that's basically, it's fully centered now in this position. That's amazing. I like that portion. The next thing we need to do is create a sign up button. So that will be inside here. So we'll do sign up. Sign up. So create a sign up button. So sign up right there. And then inside here, we'll say get all there. Remember, just like how we had it here. So get all there. Get all there. Let's increase this width a little bit more. Maybe like 80%, I would say so. Okay. Same thing. Let's do const sign up equals styled dot what? Style dot. It's gonna be actually, it looks like it's an A tag actually. It's an A tag. Right there. Done. Right there. See? All right. Awesome. Sweet. So that is all great. I like that portion. Nice. So that's gonna be good. Next thing, let's go ahead and actually make this into a proper button. Well, to make that happen, to get all there, we need to give it a number one, a specific width. So let's do that. So we'll say width of 100%. Okay, that's fine. And we'll do background color. And we'll give it this background color, which is this one. Boom, right there. Boom. Save that. Okay, background color. Again, nothing crazy right now, right? But that's, again, nothing. Don't worry about that just yet, okay? We'll do font weight here, bold. Font weight, bold. Okay. And then what we want to do is inside this CTA is we want to display flex on this one. So to the cell. So if we display flex on this one, and no, that's the only way to make this A tag all the way fully full width. So display flex to this out, right? So I know this font to the left hand side, to the right hand side, but to fix that, what we do is do flex direction. So flex direction column, right? That's in order to fix that the top to bottom. See, now it's fully kind of like top and bottom and so forth. Okay, so I like that flex direction column. And then what I want to do is I want to give it some kind of a, what's it called, the actual sign up button. I want to give it a padding, a top padding. So let's do this. So right here we'll do padding 17 pixels. Oop. To give it a top and bottom pixel, and then 0 pixels on the left and right. Oh no, not that one. Hold on, not here, not on the button here. My bad. Good. I like it. I like it like that. Oh yes, I do like it like that. Beautiful. So at that point, that's all good. Let's go ahead and change the color here just a little bit more. So we'll do color. That's awesome. Let's change the color just a little bit more. Boom, right there. Okay, I like it. Let's give it a border radius. Okay, again to give those curvature a little bit. You can see, guys, like all we're doing is CSS right now. It's crazy, huh? Border radius, and then I'll make it 4 pixels. Nice, look at that. Next, let's go ahead and do a text align center. Oh, let's go. Look at that. Would you look at that? That's pretty awesome. Let's give it a what's it called? I don't know. Let's give it a border. Don't worry about the border just yet. So that's good. Let's do a font size. Let's change the font size here for a little bit. So font, there's size. Font size 18 pixels. It's a little bit bigger. Okay, I like that. I like that. Let's do a cursor pointer so that let's do a cursor pointer on here. Cursor pointer. Okay. So that boom, it's a button now. Awesome. Sweet. Let's go ahead and that's pretty good. So I like that portion. Let's do now at this point, let's go ahead and let me see. Let me think about this here. Let's do a yeah, that's pretty good. Let's do a hover effect. So if I go hover over on this now, so I'm gonna say hover. Hover. What are we gonna change? Well, what we want to change is actually, let me think about this. You see, you want to change the background color a little bit here. That's what we want to do. So let's do it right now. So on the hover of this, let's change the background to be this specific one. Good. Save that. Boom, 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 boom. We can do a small transition even at this point too. So we do, for example, transition. All. And then you can do things like, for example, 250 milliseconds. There. Boom. You see? Much better. Okay, awesome. Sweet. I like that. That looks to be all good. Let's do letter spacing. Let's space this out a little bit. So letter spacing of 1.5 pixels. Nice. So it's a little bit bigger now. You see that, guys? You see that? Beautiful. That's all there. Okay. All right. So that's, I like that. Let's go ahead. Maybe add a margin top. Let's do margin top. Margin dash top. Maybe like, let's just say 8 pixels. There we go. Just spaces that just a little bit more. And let's do margin bottom 12 pixels. So margin bottom for the next element. Done. All right, there we go. Awesome. So that's all good. Next up is we have this kind of stuff right here. Nothing too crazy here. So let's do the following. So we'll do description. That's called description. So let's do description here. So we'll call description component. Description component right there. Description component. And then I'm going to copy this. You guys can go ahead and copy this for yourself as well. Again, you can put anything you want in here. I have it right here. Description. And I'll post it based on you guys for the chat. Let's go ahead. Right there. I will paste the description for you guys here. Boom. Done. All right. That's the description. I need to create a description component. That's the next thing. So we need to do const description. Right, is equal to what? Styled dot what? Dot div. Right, that's what we need to create. And then once we have that, actually no, let's do style.p, a p tag. Let's use a p tag. So you can see when you use style components, you can use p tag, a tags, pretty much anything at this point. That's awesome. All right, I like that. So that's good. Let's go ahead and do the following now. We do color. Color is good. Let's go do font size 11 pixels. 11 pixels, make it a lot smaller. There we go. Let's do line height. Let's do letter spacing actually. Letter spacing. We'll make it 1.5 pixels. Just spread it up just a little bit. Nice. I like it. We'll also do text align center. Text align center. Nice. I like it. I like it like that. Oh, beautiful. Nice. And then let's see. Line height 1.5. Let's see. Line height. Height 1.5. Save that. Boom. All right. So much better. I like that. And then we have, finally, at that point, we have our last one. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Again, I keep wanting to make this like 90% or something. You know, I know why. And then we'll move this up to the bottom. We'll move this up a little bit too later on. Don't worry. Good. Awesome. I like that. And and then we have finally the last logo of the day. It's going to be CTA logo 2. So let's do that right now. So we'll do here. So how we did the CTA logo 1, I'm going to copy this portion right here. I'm going to put it into here. So CTA logo 2. And this is going to be logo 2, which is this one. 2. Done. Guys, we're almost done. Almost done. It's insane. Almost so close. So close, yes, so far. So close, yes, so far. All right. All right. Same thing with this one. CTA, basically, it's going to be the same one as, CTA logo 2. Go ahead and do this. All right. Oh, wait. Now define. Let's define as an image. So CTA logo 2. Const. CTA. Oops. CTA logo 2 equals styled dot image. There you go. Check this out now. Hold on. Oh, it's not there. That's okay. Let's go and take a look at it again. CTA logo 2. Oh, because PNG, not SVG. My bad. Ooh, let's go. Beautiful. Let's make it a little bit smaller. I want to make it just a little bit smaller. And to do that, I'm just going to add some padding on the right, the left and the right. Okay, so let's do that around this one. So I'm going to say here, Ooh, actually, no, this looks good. Honestly, I kind of like it though. I kind of like this. I want to center this more. This is centered vertically, but I want to center this better, a little bit better. So we did do align items center, but I'd rather do it kind of align items top here, right? Items top, just how we have it here. And then that's part one. And then I kind of want to do it where that's pretty good. I like that. I like that. And I'm going to do opacity here. Opacity here, let's say 0.8. Maybe more, 0.7. Just a little bit more of a darker theme, you see? I like that. Let's do a margin top actually on this whole shebang. So let's do, let me see, let me think about this. Actually, I kind of like that maybe. Let's do margin top on this specific thing. Margin top on the whole container. Let's do margin top. Oops. What just happened? Margin top. And we're almost done, guys. See this out. Margin dash top. Margin dash top. Let's do 200 pixels. No, not this one. On the content itself. CTA. Here. Check this out, guys. The goal almost done. No, let's do 150. No, let's do 100. And we're there, guys. That is pretty much it. Look at that. Woo! Oh, that looks good. Maybe make, actually, let's maybe make this image a little, maybe make this a little bit smaller, maybe. Let me see. A width of, let's see. Width 90%. And there we go. And then inside here, we'll go ahead and do justify content in CTA. So we'll do justify content in CTA to make sure it's all good. Justify, no, actually align item center. Align item center. You see how currently it's not aligned like this? You see? You see how, let me go ahead and remove this for you guys. You see currently it's not aligned horizontally. Well, we can fix it by saying align item center. But yeah, right there, see? But not, see, usually when you do horizontal align, you want to use justify content center. But because we did a flex direction column, right? And then they switch. Align items changes to horizontal direction, justify content changes to vertical direction. So it's actually they switch in terms of yeah, I don't know. It's just weird like that for some reason. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Look at this. We have ourselves the image. We have ourselves everything. We have ourselves, I know it's a little weird because we have the login. So let's take a look at what do we have. Look at this. We have all you guys who are on. Hold on, guys. We finished the login, the homepage. We finished the The detail page, all it's done is tomorrow we connect them all together. All that happens is tomorrow we create Redux to connect the data. We use Firebase to get the data from Firebase. Then we basically set the movies to actually basically, so when I go, for example, here, 2 movies here, let's go ahead and do the home page here, right? I want to be able to see actual movies in here, not just movies that are, images. And then I should be able to log in, log out, no problem whatsoever. Like I should be able to log out from here, log in using Firebase authentication, and you guys will learn all of that tomorrow. How sick is that? Who's excited, guys? Check this out. We've done all this. Look at this. Let's go detail here. / detail page. / detail page. Boom. Oh, not that one. Hold on. Detail. Holy moly, this is exciting. Oh, so good. Let's give it a command. Boom. Oh, let's give it actually. I need to give this a max width actually. We'll do that tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. The max width. Let's actually give it a max width of what is it? What is the max width of this thing should be? Maybe 700 pixels, 900 pixels. I think so. Let's go to the detail page. Let's fix this for a second here. Let's go here. Detail. Boom. Let's fix the description here. This one. Max width. Max width. What is it? 500 pixels? What do you guys think here? Yeah, see? No, let's do 760. I like that better. Boom, right there. That's so much better. Awesome. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Let's actually give this logo a little bit more of a margin top. I like that. This image title. Let's give that image title a little bit more margin top. So let's do margin top. Yeah, let's do 20 pixels. Oh no, let's do margin top, maybe 40. Let's do 100. No, 60 pixels. Oh, let's go. There we go. That looks so good. If we now go to our homepage, what do we have? We have ourselves movies. Whoa, look at that. We can hover over them. We can go to next ones. This is our application that we built. I can hover over these. Look at this. Oh, that looks so good. Whoo! Let's go. Raise your hand if you thought that was epic. Raise your hand. Juliana, were you able to actually fully finish it with me, Juliana? Yeah, partially. That's awesome, guys. For those of you who were not able to finish it, don't worry. The recording is, it's through Zoom, but it's also on YouTube. It's actually on YouTube right here. So if you were not able to finish it, no problem, guys. That is pretty much it for YouTube people, guys. We are currently what? We're still at what? 200 people watching, guys. This is insane. I will say, guys, pretty much the best thing I've done. Like this is so much fun for me personally. Look at what we've built here. Look at what we have done. I mean, this is like, hold on. This is pretty much like the best thing I don't know. I have so much fun. Did you guys have fun? Raise your hand if you had fun building this. Raise your hand if you had fun building this application, guys. Yeah, there we go. All right. For those of you who are on YouTube, guys, for those of you who are on Zoom, stay tuned. Make sure you stay on Zoom, okay? I'm muted? No, it cannot be. Hold on. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me or no? Oh, there we go. I don't know what happened there, but for some reason I got muted on the thing. Let me make sure. I don't know why.
I just actually allowed everybody to unmute themselves so they can speak.
Oh, don't do it just yet, bro. Not yet, bro. Okay, let me make sure because I cannot hear myself at this point. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me? Can you talk, Manath? Okay, good. Yep. So yeah, guys, like I said, for those of you guys who are on YouTube, this was a ton of fun, right? Part 2 is gonna be for tomorrow. If you want to join our ReactJS challenge, that is where we're building this whole thing, right? If you want to join us, go ahead and join us down below in the description below, right? Join the JavaScript challenge. We'll finish this up fully to the event. We did this Disney Clone Part 1. Tomorrow, Disney Clone Part 2. We're finishing up this whole thing. We'll be able to deploy it and actually use it together, right? On top of that, we'll be talking about how to become a full stack developer with React.js in 2021. So go ahead and click the link below. There should be a React.js challenge link to join if you're interested, guys. Other than that, it's been fun. I would say it's pretty fun, guys. For those of you who are on YouTube, like I said, a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much. 1,000 likes we reached. Let's go. That's amazing. Thank you so much for all the energy you guys put into this, right? It has been a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it, guys. So yeah, have yourselves a great day.